Hey, yo! What's going on, everybody? Hey! Yo, you left that open. Alright, guys. Welcome. How you guys doing this evening? So I see there's a bunch of you guys already here and commenting. Captain Newbie, what's up, Russ? How you doing? Russ says we're good. Yep, okay, that's what's up. I love how he talks to himself. That is awesome. Dave Thomas, thank you. He said if you had to buy for your first smoker today, what would it be? Um, it would depend on how much I or what I could afford. To be completely honest with you, that would be my biggest determining factor. But hello, Mr. Dave Thomas. Love Wendy's and your burgers and all of that stuff. So I see you are, you know, playing off of that. Let's see. In what situation is the customer just wrong and they need to pay and leave if they don't like it? Some situations are that way. There are times when you have to just tell people this is what it is and that's what it's going to be. And it might not be the best thing for the customer, but it's going to be better for you. So, and sometimes you have to look out for yourself more than the customer because at the end of the day, either the customer is going to pay for what it is they want from you or not. So, Jimmy says, David, depends on what method you want to cook and what type of cooking you want to do. All right, that's some good, valuable information. I trust that guy. He's pretty good. Captain Newbie, that's Russ. He said, I started with an electric vertical, but my choice wasn't based on price, so there's that too. John, what's going on? So, last week, I was not on a live stream because I was out of town. I went to Florida on a mad dash to Florida. Ha, see what I did there. On a mad dash to Florida, doing some family stuff. And I had the pleasure of linking up and meeting with John and his beautiful wife. So thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day and linking up and meeting with me. The missus is here. You want to say hi to John? He can. Oh, yeah. All right. The missus is here. So he says, good evening, everyone. So John, we had a beautiful dinner, and he owes me dinner for next time. So yeah, he owes me dinner next time, and he's paying for everybody and not just me. All right. Captain Newbie says, good evening indeed, sir. Are we live? What did I miss? Justin, you haven't missed anything. Bumpy, hey yo, man, what's going on? Look, you another one that wants to I want to hear this message tonight. And I'm waiting specifically for Lou Calamatas. Lou, where you at? Where are you, sir? What's up, Kent? Oh man, Kent, the container, the vessel that has your sticker is in the other room. He says, hello, Mr. Sexy. Well, hello to you too. Yeah. He says, I'm watching the commercials. Oh man, well, thanks. He says, Kent says, great topic tonight. I'm vending for about 500, 600 people tomorrow. Well, good luck, man. Shouldn't you be in bed by now? Get some rest, dude, because tomorrow's going to kick your tail. Justin says, hey, what up, Dash, and fellow followers. Oh, wait. Shout out. I have my Papa Bear's Kitchen sticker on my cup. Hit up Justin on Instagram, Papa Bear's Kitchen, and you can get some stickers for yourself. He's doing a sticker swap. So, Gary said, just found you the other day, like in the videos, up here in Minnesota. All right. What else? What's up? Cass Cooking says, what up, Dash? Love the videos. Very helpful. Perfect. Johnson, thank you and thank you and Mrs. Dash. It was great to see you and the family. Yes, indeed. Sean R, what up? Gabriel, que te pasa? He says, sup, Dash and everybody? Pound, right back at you. Blind Man Cooking said, hey, everyone. I'm waving at you. I'm waving to you. Yeah, I'm waving. All right. Captain Newbie says, hello, all. Hello, all. Dutch, bring a stick in case you have to beat them off. Yeah. KB says, oh, snap. Look who's here. It's the man with the barbecue tongs. The brisket guru, the king of catering. Let's give him a big round of applause, Mr. Dash. Whoa. That was pretty fantastic. Hold on, I gotta read that one again. He says, oh, snap. Look who's here. It's the man with the barbecue tongs, the brisket guru, the king of catering. Let's give him a big round of applause, Mr. Dash. I love it. That is awesome, dude. Oh, all right. Well, Kent says his event is tomorrow night, so good. He's got a nice amount of time to rest. All right. So there he is. There's Lou. Lou, I'm picking on you, but I'm not at the same time. All right, because Lou hit me up today, and Lou says, I don't know anyone else, or I don't know how to ask this of anyone else. I figured you would probably be the best person to talk to about this. And I'm like, okay, shoot. So he says, I usually charge this amount for ribs, but I'm not going to be able to charge this amount because I don't think it's fair. What do you mean you don't think it's fair? Guess what? Charge that person that's getting the food, or tell them what the charge is going to be. Before you lose the sale for yourself, and this is something that I didn't get into very much. And Lou, I'm talking directly to you, and I'm talking to anyone else that's listening. Don't lose the sale because you think the customer won't pay. Lose the sale because the customer is not willing to pay, or the customer won't pay. But why psych yourself out of business? Here's the thing. The cost of meat has gone up. You cannot run a business. Well, some people run a business in the rears and taking a loss. You should not want to run a business in taking a loss. All right? And most people understand that. And the point I tried to make to Lou was, it's not personal, it's business. And if the meat costs you X amount, you need to pass along those costs Y amount to your customer. And all you can do is say, if you want me to cook this for you, this is what it's going to cost. Now, have I experienced loss from that? Yes. I told you about that just last week. That brisket that I gifted my friend and his new wife, well, they're both my friends, but it's easy. I knew him first. But the brisket that I gifted them, I gifted that to them because they could not afford to pay me for the catering event that they wanted to do. And I'm not hurt by that. Look, he told me, he said, you saved me an argument. Okay. Well, guess what? That's not a problem. But, you know, the whole thing was, when they were doing what they were doing, they were like, all right, we're going to order some pork. We're going to order some chicken. We can't afford the beef off the bat. All right. I said, you know what? I'm going to cook you guys a brisket. I'm going to give you a brisket from me to you. And they're like, okay, cool. They didn't order food. I'm still going to give you a brisket. That's what I was talking about in the video last week. Like, I'm a man of my word. I told you I would give you a brisket. I'm giving this brisket is for you guys. I know this is the thing that you like that I do. So I'm going to give this to you on my behalf. And here you go. Here is your brisket. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Hobo Nickel, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing this evening? So this is another one, Hobo. I think you could take from this too, because I know we talked about the catering thing, or you doing the catering, and sometimes it's not about making the customer happy or pleasing the customer. It's about kind of doing what's best for you, the person that's selling the food, you, the person that's catering, you, the person that's in business, and you kind of have to, keep that in mind. All right, Bumpy, let's see. Bumpy said he told the customer she could not she could not get a fund because she canceled twice, a refund twice after she paid. I told her she would have to stand in credit because the food was bought. Yeah. And that was back in May. She's getting her order finally this weekend. That's what's up. So, Bumpy, you know what? That's one of those, focus camera, that's one of those things where you kind of have to, again, do what is right for you. And if you work it out to the point where you're like, listen, you already canceled on me twice. I already bought the food. I bought this food, and I had to cook it and sell it to make sure that it didn't go bad, or I had to freeze it, and I'm going to give you this food cooked a couple months later. Whatever you had to do, just make sure you do what's best for you. Now the difference is, purchased something in May versus purchasing it now, the value in what you took from her has gone down. So be careful with doing things like that. KB says hits a thumb up or it gets the it hits the thumbs up or it gets the hose again. Thank you. Yep, Sean said let them decide if it's fair. Exactly. Do not lose the sale before you get the sale, before you make the sale. Don't psych yourself out of the sale. So Kent says 3 times the total cost, yeah. Dexter says pork is high. Is what it is. Get your money. Meeks says thumbs up. Thank you, Meeks. I appreciate you definitely hanging out. Definitely. So Justin said profit is a good thing. A hobby that pays for itself is okay. When it costs me money, I'm done with it. There you go. So I'm trying to catch up on the comments. I hit this one hot and heavy because it's been on my mind all day. Gabriel said that's a cool gift, I thought. Well, it was, man. Like I said, I've known these guys. I've known, man. My guy's name is Greg. I've known Greg. I feel like it's been 10 years, but it's probably been 6 to 8 years I've known him. So Russ says, so when you were at this wedding, how did you get the brisket into the envelope? So I delivered it in a foil envelope, funny enough. Crimson Creek says, aloha, everyone. What's going on? Marcus, how you doing this evening? Meek says, in lawn care, I'll take a few sticks or a bucket of dead heads for free. Maybe even a few larger sticks during the storm situation. Otherwise that they expect it. And that is the whole thing. You cannot listen. There's a saying. All right, and everybody knows this saying. You give somebody an inch, they take a mile. All right. If you, and this is one of the reasons why, and a lot of people, say, oh, I'm giving this person this for free, I'm giving this person that for free. When I say limited the amount of things I gave away for free, very, very little that I give away for free. Because guess what? It cost me money. So if it costs me money, it's going to cost them money. Because if you start giving stuff away for free, oh, I'm going to give this a little... Lou, a couple weeks ago, he was talking about, oh, they buy 3 ribs, I throw in 1 rack for free. Why? Give them a discount on the 4th rib. Don't give it to them for free. Lou, you be giving me some great topics, man. You were like a case study. So you don't give it away. You charge them a little bit less, but make it feel like they're getting such a good deal that they don't mind paying you extra money. It's called the upsell. The beauty of the upsell. I used to work at a place called Model Sporting Goods, and we used to always have the add-on, and we used to get so much commission off of socks and shoelaces. I could sell a $100 pair of shoes, I might make $1. I could sell a $5 pack of socks and make 50 cents. Now, if you don't understand that I'm making way more money off of socks than I am off of the shoes, and I would be like, yo, you need a white, like a pack of white socks and a pack of black socks. So now, me selling 2 $10 packs of socks, I made as much commission as I did off of the $100 pair of shoes. No brainer. The add-on, the upsell. And then I would sell like the sneaker cleaner and the boot brush and the boot eraser. All of those things made me more money than the main thing. So people talk about making sides, right? Oh, the protein is what gets them in, but the sides are what make you money. Selling drinks and selling chips, those things are where you get your higher profit margins off of. So Kent says pork is cheap in the Midwest, butts $1.48, loins $2, ribs anywhere from $2 to $4.50. Oh my God, man! I saw butts. I think butts were $2.50 or $3. Ribs, baby backs are like $5.50, almost $6. I haven't seen them any cheaper for me in Baltimore. What's going on? Steven says, hey, yo, Dash. Good evening. What's up? And good evening, all. That's what's up. Marcus says he's doing well. Oh, here we go. I know there's a lot of you guys. You guys who know. We have an adult beverage for the night. Tonight's adult beverage. We're gonna be drinking on some Eagle Rare, and I have a vanilla Coke. Vanilla Coke Zero. So Eagle Rare and Vanilla Coke, yes. Justin said, anyone ever barter or trade for your food or services? I barter all the time. People be like, oh, I'm trying to think, what was the last thing I really, really bartered for? Because it's been such a long time. Oh, you know what? I got a tattoo done relatively inexpensively. So I have a tattoo on my chest here. It's like it's from my wife. It's wedding vows, vows, not vowel, wedding vows. And the guy who did my tattoo, he followed my page on Instagram, and he was in the barbecue. So he and I got to talking, and I'm like, oh man, I want to come out and get a tattoo done. I got a couple hours to kill before I have to pick up my kids from school. Can you get it done? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So as he's tattooing me, I'm like, yo, he's telling me about X, Y, and Z. We just talking. He's like, man, I wish, you'd have had some food with you, this, that, and the other. I was like, well, I got some ribs in the car. Like, they chilling in the Cambro. They were chilled. They were, they in the Cambro right now. He's like, word? Yeah. He's like, well, how many ribs you got in the car? I'm like, damn, I got 3 racks in the car. But I was supposed to sell 2 racks to somebody else across town. So I'm like, I got 2 racks. He's like, how much the 2 racks worth? I said, $50. He's like, well, all right, how about I take $50 off of your bill? I'm like, bet, bet. So that was one time that I can remember. And I know I've traded food for services more or less. But that is one of the most prominent, and that was a while ago too. But yes, I have traded food for services. Lou said, yeah, that's true, my friend. I do get it. I just don't want to crazy overcharge. You're not going to. So, but here's the thing, Lou. You have to understand that you are either going to make the sale or you're not. I think the problem is you know what you're paying for something, but you can't see yourself paying the amount that you're charging. But it's not you paying that amount. It's the other person. And if they want your goods and your services, they have to pay you for your expertise. You cannot sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. That is one of the biggest problems small businesses have, and why small businesses go out of business is because they don't charge enough money. They're not making enough money because they want to be fair to the customer. It's not about being fair. It's about making what you need to make. Let's see. Meeg says the full truck of debris for me cost about $20 at the brush site. So, and the whole thing is that $20 that he's paying to empty the stuff that people just expect that throw on, then they're going to cut down stuff and leave it for him to start taking. So then he'll fill up his truck, his bed even faster, and that cuts into his profit because one, it's taking him more time to pick up those items. It's taking him more time to drop those items. Then he's got to pay for those items. And if no one has paid him for his extra time, his loss of time, and his money spent, he's losing money. And even though his money is not money as far as a tangible product, it's just a service, it's labor, that labor has a cost. John says the art of the deal. Yes. Don't give somebody something for free, especially when you can charge them for it. Gary says, have to ask how you stayed composed when the grill fell off the trailer. I'd have been swearing. You know what? I didn't have time. So in case you guys don't know, in a way back video, I was loading that smaller square or smaller rectangular grill onto the back of the red trailer, and I was being lazy. And I didn't put the ramp down. I was like, oh man, you know what? I can lift up one end and then lift up the whole other end. Well, when I lifted the end up, one of the wheels caught in the grate and it got top heavy and the whole grill just fell to the ground. And I just looked at it like, nah, this didn't just happen. And the whole thing was, Gary, I didn't have time to fuss about it. I didn't have time to be upset about it. I had somewhere to be. So I had to hurry up and get it up onto the trailer. And then when I got there, I had to sort it out because the grill was wonky, man. And ever since then, it was wonky. So Lou says, "Hello, I'm new to the game here. You got my notebook half full already." Well, look, man, Lou, I'm passionate about this, and I want to help other people. And Lou, I like you, man. I like you, Lou. You've been around for a while. You contribute. You comment. You watch the videos. You comment on the videos. We have spoken. You know that we've gotten to the point where you have my number, right? So if you reach out to me and you're like, "Yo, I got a problem. I have a question," and it's one of those things where, look, I know I am busier than some, and I'm lazier than some too, but if you hit me up, if somebody who has taken the time to invest their time into my channel, into my Instagram, into my other endeavors and other things like that, and you reach out to me and you say, "Hey man, I have a problem, I have a question," and you humble yourself to ask me because you think that I know better. I don't. I'm just guessing most times. But if the point is, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to try to help. I'm willing to give you a suggestion. I'm willing to say to you, "Well, let me think about it. Let me think about a situation where that happened to me. And let me think about how I handle it, or let me think about how I would do it." Because sometimes when you are dealing in hypotheticals, you can't think about it straight. When you are confronted with that problem, that situation, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. Trust me, you're gonna figure it out. And I've gotten to the point where I've had to figure it out, and that's just experience because I've done it. But I've been at this a little while longer than some of you guys. Dave says, "Good evening, Dash. The weather's been great here in Missouri for the past week or so. So I had to smoke some brisket. I imagine you've been staying pretty busy." Busy is relative. I'm going to pour this into my cup here. Ooh, I poured a bit too much in there. But we're gonna have a good discussion tonight. The Eagle Rare, the bourbon's flowing. Let me get some vanilla Coke down in here. Ooh, there's not much vanilla Coke in there. I got to talking more and I wasn't paying attention to how much bourbon I poured into the glass, to the cup. But salud, cheers. Oh, there it is. I know Marcus is on tonight, so we will post up and shout out Marcus from Crimson Creek Barbecue. If you did not or have not seen those videos when I went down to Texas and hung out with Marcus and helped him out, I highly recommend those videos. It was a great time. Marcus and Jamie showed me an excellent time. John says, "Gotta love those Coke products." Sure enough. Coke or Pepsi? Comment below. What up, B? Says, "What up, barbecuers? Just popped in to say hi. Super swamped tonight. We'll try to jump back on later." All right. I will not hold it against you this time, B. But next time you're not here, oh, it's on. It's on. Russ says, "Sweet little, it'll feel prouder the more they are willing to pay, even if you don't. Even if you do it in baby steps." Meeks says, "Darn right. Time is money." Again, Meeks does landscaping. So, and this is one of those things where if you hang around long enough, I get to know you. I can kind of put things to your situation and make other people understand what's going on. Hey, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button for me, I would greatly appreciate it if you took a moment and did that for me. It really does make me feel better about doing these videos, and it also helps these videos and it helps my channel immensely. So if you haven't already, please do. And also, one last thing, one ask of you I have. If you are here on the live stream and this is your first time, or you haven't been here very much before, or you never commented, comment below so I can make sure and personally thank you and say hi to you, and we can have this discussion. All right, so Meeks does landscaping. Again, I was talking about how his product isn't a product, his product is a service. His product is his time. It literally is his time. So when things cost him money, that's making him have to work harder, making him lose money. Because the more efficient he is, the more money he makes, and that's just a no-brainer. So Justin says sometimes our customers value our food more than we do. I had a customer tell me that he would pay anything I asked for. So yep, I have one of those too. I have one of those too. Lou says that's exactly it. You hit it on the nail on the head. I can see myself paying that, but I'm not paying it. You're right. I definitely can't sell myself short. So Lou, I'm telling you, man, it's one of those things where after you start cooking and you start saying, I can make a better steak at home, you'll be like, there's no way I'm going to, this place or that place and paying this amount of money for this thing that's inferior. But sometimes you're like, man, there's no way I'm cooking for myself tonight. And you are willing to pay that money. But you know what? Sometimes, as opposed to paying for a $25 or $30 steak and being disappointed, you go someplace like a why can't I think of the name of this? Anyway, you go to a nicer restaurant and you pay $50, $60 for a steak, and you're like, oh man, you know what? That was worth it. That was worth it. That's why I pay the money that I pay, because even though I can do this at home, I didn't have to. All right, so let's see. Blind Man says lots of great info tonight. Info tonight dash already. Yes, Grumpus. There we go. Shout out to Grumpus. There we go. Grumpus on fire. If you haven't and do not know who Grumpus is, definitely go and check out his channel. Grumpus says, hey, Dash and everybody. KB says, make that eagle fly. Yeah, buddy, I poured a bunch. All right, let's catch up. Gary says, what up, big bro? Nothing much, man. How you doing this evening? Gary says, the Mexican Coke. I used to be a Pepsi guy. Okay. First time on live. Adam St. Pierre. I've watched a ton of your videos. Well, Adam, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you very much for being brave enough to comment. I know that a lot of people are like, no, man, I don't want to talk. I just want to sit in the corner and watch. But you know what? I appreciate you definitely commenting on this live stream and allowing me to say hi to you personally. And thank you for being here. So let's see. Lou says, if someone isn't going to order my food, it's going to be because they don't want to pay for my prices because my food sucks. Thank you, my friend. Yes, okay. You know, it's one of those things where, just like Justin said, his customer said he would pay anything or almost anything. I have the same thing. I have a customer who is actually one of you guys. I'm cooking for him this coming weekend. He hit me up and he says, how much is a brisket going to cost me? And I'm like, right now, you might not want to know. He said, just as long as it's not going to cost me $200 for a brisket. I said, well, it's not $200. It's probably going to be $175, $180. Like, I think I settled on $175 by the time I did the math, right? He was like, even if it was $200, I would have still paid it. He said, who am I kidding? He said, I need. He's like, I need a brisket. I'm okay, and he got some other things too. But same thing, Justin. You know, it really does. It feels good when someone says, I don't even care how much it's gonna cost. Just tell me what the cost is and when it's gonna be delivered. Yes. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you. Jeff says, I own a construction company and I cater barbecue as well. You're awesome at teaching me the ropes. Well, Jeff, it's one of those things, man. I guess I have a teaching spirit, man. I guess I feel like I kind of did. I started doing this barbecue thing to help my friend, and I talk about this all the time. I did this to help a friend, and it was easier for me to put a video on YouTube for him to see it, as opposed to me sending him a text message or talking to him over the phone. Because I said, well, if I put it on YouTube, he can stop it and watch it and rewind it and watch it again. And so in the beginning, I was telling him, or I was talking to him, Marcus, this is what you and I talked about yesterday. I was talking to him. I was teaching him. I was trying to school him. But other people watched the videos and they felt the direct connection. And that's the thing. A lot of times when things happen like this conversation we're having today, I'm having this conversation with Lou. But Lou is one of you guys. And the conversation, even though I'm having it with Lou, it applies to a lot of other of you guys who are here and who are watching. And it's just one of those things where if I make a subject matter expertise generalization, it resonates with a lot more of you guys than me just talking to Lou, or me just talking to Grumpus, or me just talking to Meeks, or me just talking to Marcus, or me just talking to John, or me just talking to Eric, because I know it's more than one Eric. It's always more than one Eric on the live stream. Or me just talking to Adam, even though he's new here. You know, it's okay, right? Big Reggie Reg says, hey, my brother, do you know a good way to do St. Louis ribs hot and fast? So, Reg, I'll be honest with you. I do not do ribs hot and fast. I don't. I just don't think that is. I don't think that's the move. I cook my ribs low and slow. Crap, I had somebody give me some loot earlier today, and I just thought about it. Like, where did I put it? Anyway, I don't do hot and fast. I try to do low and slow, especially for ribs. So I don't cook St. Louis, and I don't do St. Louis very often. The last time or two I've done St. Louis cut ribs, they were for my family. Lou said, yeah, man, when I told him the price and he said he was still interested, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Lou, man, just like I said, don't sell yourself short. There's Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard is who I was talking about. He said, you know, I want this brisket. He said, just don't let it cost me $200. Even if it does cost me $200, I'm gonna pay it. So it didn't cost him $200. So yes. Captain Newbie says some guys excel at the whiteboard. Oh, I guess teaching. You're right. Darian, how you doing this evening? Gary, how you doing, sir? Darian says slow and low. That's the tempo. Slow and low. Let yourself go. Slow and low. That is the tempo. Now, comment below what that is or who that's from. Because some of you guys will get it. Some of you guys will know what that's from. Some of you guys won't. Let's see. ZM says, what's up? Any jerk chicken generic tips on a pulled chopped chicken recipe? Jeez. Looking to do big batches versus just bone-in plates. I'm thinking boneless skin on breast as a base. So ZM, I can tell you first, I got on somebody the other day because they busted in the room and they started asking questions and they didn't even say hi. They didn't even say hi to me, hi to everybody else. They just were like, so what do you need to do? And I gave them grief. So I'm going to give you grief just a little bit. Say hi, man. Say hi. ZM, I can't say that I remember that username a lot or have seen you in the comments on videos and things like that. So just say hi, like, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm new here. I'm the new guy, the FNG. You know, hey. All right, but if I had to tell you, so jerk chicken is something I do for my family, and I've kind of been playing around with the jerk chicken. I have a wet paste that I use, and I also have a dry rub that I use, a generic jerk chicken dry rub. My wife prefers the wet paste over the dry rub. Either way, either one works for me, to be honest, but she prefers one way. And then a pulled or a chopped chicken recipe, I have videos out there specifically talking about like a pulled chicken, chopped chicken. I use boneless, skinless breast and thighs. The whole thing is, if you use just breasts, you're going to get people that are like, ew, I don't like dark white meat. And if you use only thighs, you're going to get those people that are like, ew, this is dark meat. I like white meat. So if you mix the two, you get a little bit, people can't complain. Let's put it that way, if you mix the two. Also, it should theoretically possibly be a little cheaper to use a mix of thighs and breast than just using breasts and or just thighs. Lastly, you don't want to use the skin, or you don't want to do skin on if you are going to be smoking the breast and or thighs. The skin is going to be the thing that's the hardest thing to do when you are smoking meats. Now, if you're grilling it hot and fast, if you saw that video I did last week about the chicken legs and the chicken wings, when I ended up having to put those wings and legs on the grill and crisp them up on the grill and finish cooking them on the grill, that would be the thing to do if you have skin. But if you don't have the skin, you can cook it at a lower temperature. You can get more smoke infusion, and you can do those things. Pull it up, mash it up, and chop it up. Mix every, put a little bit more seasoning, put a little sauce on it, and then you can kind of package it and do what you need to do with it. That's chopped chicken. Lou says he'll be back in a few. Bath time. Well, thanks. Marcus knows. ZM says thighs, no word. BZ, what's going on, man? I've been good. How you been? I guess you've been busy out there doing your thing out there. You in the Bay Area, right? I was about to say one in Southern Cal, but I think you in the Bay Area. Captain Newbie says sounds like some pre-Run DMC stuff. Not pre-Run DMC, slightly after Run DMC. Grumpus says hot and fast. Why do a 3-beer cook when it's an 8-beer cook day? Damn. I like the way this is why Grumpus and I are friends. I like the way he thinks. Pedro says howdy. Howdy, Pedro. How you doing, man? Chris, what's up, man? I'm waving to you. Big Red says that's what I thought. Neither do I. That's why I asked. It's 6 o'clock and I'm carving ribs. I've never done hot and fast. And I thought maybe there was a trick. Only do long or slow as well. Nice. Daniel says, Beastie Boys. Yes, sir. BZ says, what's up, my brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, indeed, Steven. Justin says, ew, I don't like mixed meat. Well, guess what? You're going to get mixed meat today. You're going to learn today. Jimmy says, yep, Beastie Boys. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that Jimmy knows that was the Beastie Boys. I don't judge books by their covers, but I would not have put that Jimmy would have known the Beastie Boys. I'm just saying. Hopefully you are cracking up, Jimmy. Hopefully you're cracking up. Yeah. Sean says I don't like the texture of hot and fast or just haven't mastered it. All right. So Russ says, how much to charge for a whole turkey this year? Dude, if turkey prices keep going up like everything else, it's gonna be a penny. ZM said, what's up, Dash? Sorry to be so to the point. I've been following for a year and blowing up some of your more recent catering vids. Love all the content and you've been inspiring. Well, thank you very much, man. ZM, I definitely do appreciate it. And, like I said, I'm like, I don't remember. But anyway, I talk to a lot of folks, and I'm going to be completely honest. I talk to a lot of folks, and I'm not going to say you have to, do something outrageous to get my attention. But there are times when you have to really get my attention for me to remember you. BZ said I'm on social, Rancho Cucamonga, just open a rest. Oh, all right. All right. So I'm trying to think. When was the last time you were around on a live stream? Like pretty, not hot and heavy, but I guess it has been quite a while. Red says, looks like I'm heading over to Dickie's barbecue. I have never eaten at a Dickie's. So good luck with that. Hopefully it's good. Gary's cracking up. I guess something I said was funny. Every now and again I crack a joke, and Alex D says, yo, what's going on? How's everybody doing? So I'm good. I'm gonna speak on behalf of everybody. We are here. That is a great thing. That's a beautiful thing. What Jay-Z say? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I want to say thank you. Sean is like, Grumpus, how's that LSG holding up in the Texas weather? Pedro says, what's the best way to make pork ribs and half chicken and have them come out at the same time? So, Pedro, here's the thing. Why are you worried about having stuff come out at the same time? Let one thing finish. Let the other thing finish. Actually, crap. So, I'm sorry. I got a text message. So Pedro, what I started to say, and hopefully I didn't get cut off. He says, what's the best way to make pork ribs and half chicken and have them come out at the same time? Stop trying to make things come out at the same time. Start things earlier, get them done early, reheat things. That's the easiest way to do. That's the easiest way to have things work out better. I won't say, because you can, like, to me, ribs and chicken are going to take a similar amount of time. You know, you can get a chicken done in 3 hours. Ribs might be done in 4, maybe 5 hours, depending on how you get it done. Um, I cook low and slow. I'm not rushing chicken if I don't have to. Now, if I'm doing half chickens, I would probably bump up the temperature on the half chickens to try to get that skin a little crispier. And with that being said, I might be closer, or I might be finished sooner than that 3 or 4 hour mark. But if the chicken finishes sooner, guess what? It finishes sooner. If the ribs take longer, guess what? The ribs take longer. But what I'll do to kind of balance that out is I will reheat things. And that's just, you guys, the way my business is I'm typically cooking and delivering food. So the most important thing for me is to make sure the food is hot when I'm delivering it. So I can cook the food. I usually try not to, if I can help it, a day in advance, or I can cook it a few hours in advance, and then I will reheat it so that by the time I put the food into a Cambro to transport it to where I need it to be, the food will be warm. Reg says, I know I know you know what I look like, and the Beastie Boys are in my regular playlist. Brass Monkey being one of my favorites. Yeah, but Reg, you are of the same age generation as I am. Jimmy is a little longer in the tooth. He's a little wiser than you and I. So yeah. KB says, how much for one rib? ARG says, you inspire me every day. I watch old videos from about 3 or 4 years ago so that I can learn maybe I can learn how to read so that I can learn tricks and techniques. Well, that's what's up. Look, Jimmy, this is the perfect comeback for Jimmy. Jimmy says, don't put me in the old man slot when it comes to music. Like I said, I try not to judge books by their covers, but Jimmy, I would not have guessed that. Jimmy, you are becoming more. This is why we are friends, dog. This is why we are friends. Crimson Creek says $5.25 with a Pepsi. Nah, man, we need Coke. We drink Coke around here. Coke. Bing. Coke Zero, preferably. Look at Steve and says, Jimmy, you tell him. Alex says, that's right, you're welcome. No place else I'd rather be than getting priceless pitmaster lessons and hanging with the boys. Well, there are a few ladies that hang out with us, so do not only, this is not the He-Man's woman or He-Man Women Haters Club. We like to have the lady folk around too. They keep us balanced. They keep us balanced. Russ says, even if you put in a warm cooler, just pop it back on and sauce it. Yep. Jimmy says, reheat is the major video from Dash we need to see. So Jimmy, it's one of those things, man, where sometimes reheating things, it kind of just happens. And usually, and one of the reasons why I probably haven't, or you haven't seen a decent reheating video, is because the way I do my cooks, I start my cooks like late on so let's say for this weekend, this Saturday, I'm probably going to be starting that cook in the middle of the night, like normal. I wake up in the middle of the night, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, get the fire going, get the food on, and I'll get the food on the smoker by 5 o'clock in the morning, let's say. This weekend, I have a brisket, I have some ribs, I have some wings, and I have salmon. All right? So, and then my buddy just texted me, so I know he wants some ribs, so I might be cooking more ribs than I thought. With that being said, those are a lot of different things that are going to be cooked. So I might start everything out at the same time, or I might do what I did in the last cook. I put the thing that's going to take longest in the smoker first, brisket, okay? Then the next thing I'm going to put in the smoker is going to be the chicken and the ribs, okay? And they can sit in the smoker while that brisket is still cooking, right? I'm going to finish the wings, get them taken care of. I'm going to get the ribs taken care of, okay? The brisket will still be cooking, All right. Then, before the brisket finishes, I'm going to toss that salmon into the smoker. The salmon is going to take an hour and a half tops to cook, while the brisket could take 6. So in 6 hours, I need to have the chicken done, the ribs done, the salmon done, and the brisket done. About. Now, I'll have all that stuff done early so that when it comes time for me, I always, one of the things that I talk about, or one of the things that I do, is I always let my briskets cool, okay? I don't let them cool to the point where they're cold, but I let them cool for an hour, 2 hours tops before I slice into them. I found that if you cut up a brisket while it's hot, like straight out the smoker, with less than an hour, like cool time, an hour time to let that temperature come down, that brisket is going to lose all of its moisture. You're going to cut that brisket up, and all of that moisture is just going to seep out. When you let the brisket cool and you let that muscle cool down, the muscle retains all that moisture, so that if you reheat that brisket again, some of that moisture comes back out, and it will naturally moisturize and make your brisket moist. All right. As opposed to cutting it and it'll be dried out. So, but the reason, and I started to say, is sometimes I can't do a reheating video is because my family is up and out and around and about by the time it's time for me to reheat stuff. When I start the videos in the middle of the night and I'm out in the garage cooking things, they're not always around. They're not around typically in the middle of the night. So me trying to film a video in the middle of the house during the middle of the day when everybody's up and about listening to music on the big TV or watching something on the big TV or in and out of the kitchen or trying to make lunch or trying to do this or trying to do that, it doesn't always work out. And especially now that everybody's home, I don't have the same ability to be home. Like, I won't say a lot, but there were a lot of videos that I did a year and a half ago or prior to a year and a half ago that I would do on days when I was working from home, and I would have the entire day to cook, and there would be no one else around for a reason. All right. Chris says, did a barbecue last night. Saw the recipe on Munchies. YouTube beef mince kofta style kebabs. Delicious and cheap. Nice. Grated onion, drained off moisture, and sumac. Simple stuff. Alex is rum and coke. Well, I'm doing Eagle Rare Coke, so bourbon and Coke for me tonight. Alex is sorry, you're right, ladies too. We saw Jamie, I saw Jamie here. Big G said it's been crazy, man. Been cooking that. Nice. Well, that's what's up, man. John says, what are your brisket prices going for per pound up there? Prices down here, it's over $4.50 a pound. $4.50 per pound for a prime brisket at Costco. I looked at Costco. I was down in DC at Costco on Monday, and I perused past the briskets. The prime briskets were $5.49. $5.49 for prime briskets, and that's down. They were closer to $6. Jerry says, okay, date yourself with the little rascals. Yeah. Do you smoke the salmon with the skin on or off? I prefer skin on salmon. I like, so what I ended up doing, come on, focus on me. What I end up doing is that skin becomes sacrificial, okay? So I will smoke the whole salmon with the skin on. I don't scale it. I don't, fillet it off the skin, none of that. I leave it on. And I put it on foil, okay? And I put it on foil, and I don't cook with foil very much, but salmon is the one thing that when I say I don't cook on foil. I cook in foil, but I don't cook on foil very much. I wrap my briskets and my ribs and other things in foil. But I will fold a piece of foil, a long piece of the heavy duty aluminum foil in half, and I'll put my salmon on it. And I'll cook my salmon on that piece of foil. And then what happens is, as opposed to me trying to have to pick up an awkward piece of fish with like a fish spatula or something like that, I can lift up the entire piece of foil and put it into a full catering pan. Done and done. Makes it so much easier for transportation. Now what I then do is I'll trim off, I'll tear off the excess pieces of, because I'm putting more foil than I need, so I have handles. I'll tear off those excess pieces of foil and put that piece of fish into that pan, and then what happens is when someone goes in with a spatula or something to take that fish out, they leave the skin, or I hope they leave the skin in that pan for the foil. And like I said, it becomes sacrificial because the meat slides right off of that skin. And even if you don't take the skin off, you can eat it. I mean, it's not the best. Like if I cooked it hotter and faster, it would be great. But yeah, Marcus says, you mean our gang? Yeah, buddy. BZ said, been cooking at least a case of brisket every day since January 1st. Till this day, ribs, chicken, pulled pork, and links too. Running a restaurant is bananas. Yeah, buddy. RG said, I live in Boston anyway. I can drive and meet you, learn a few things, and taste some of your barbecue. He said, I'm vaccinated. Man, you are not the only one that has been trying to get me to come. I think after folks saw me travel to Texas, I've been getting a lot more requests to come and do different things. Now there is somebody who I'm probably going. He's going to be the next person I'm gonna go visit. He lives in North Carolina, and I like this guy. I like him. And I'm going to go down to his house and we're going to cook. I haven't figured out exactly how or when, but it's going to happen soon. So, but some of you guys, might know, or when you guys see this collaboration, you'll be like, oh, what? This is who he was talking about? Okay. Anyway, hey, Laura. She says, hey, dash it all. See? There's one of the one of the ladies that we have that joins us for our conversations on Wednesdays. So Russ says, let's not forget to smash that thumbs up. Hey, and subscribe while you're at it. And Dad doing it. What? Dad. Oh, man. RG, I'm not, it's one of those things where I would love to say, hey, you can come to my house, but I'm telling you now, you can't come to my house only because, one, I don't want y'all knowing where I live, and two, I cook at the oddest times. It would be kind of difficult for me to say, all right, hey, come on down, because from Boston to my house, I think it's like 7 or 8 hours. I live in Baltimore. Pedro says he's in McAllen, and he says we use mesquite, wood, and oak. If I had my choice, I'd go more with the oak than the mesquite. I'm not a mesquite fan. Sean says, when you smoke fish, do you notice any residual smell? I've always wanted to smoke salmon, but I don't want to tarnish my grill. No. So how you get around that is cooking on foil. Then there's nothing residual left in the smoker. A lot of times that foil will also contain all of the juices and moisture that runs off of the fish so that it doesn't drip onto anything else and it doesn't leave anything in the grill. It's not like cooking fish. Not like frying some fish, or it's not like cooking fish in, you don't get that smell. The smoker does a really good job of getting that smell out. And as long as, dude, I have pork and beef that will tarnish the smell of my grill and smokers more than fish does. It's just one of those things. What's up, Mike? He says, hey, Dash. How you doing this evening, Mike? Let's see. Jimmy says, okay, time to hit that thumbs up button. Oh my gosh, there's 44 of you guys here. I can't believe it. Like, we are having a ball. Pure 1893 Custom Coin and Designs says, hey brother, good to see you doing your thing. Question, being in Maryland, do you cook any crabs on the grill? No, I don't. So just because I can doesn't mean I do. And I have cooked crabs more or less, or I've heated them up. I've warmed them up on a grill before, and it was one of those things where I just so happened to have the grill on, and I just so happened to have had crabs. And not blue crabs, I had some Dungeness. And it was one of those things where I soaked and dunked them, and then put some Old Bay seasoning on them, and I put them on the grill momentarily just to warm them up. That was about it. Again, it's one of those things, grills used to be, the grill to me is to be used for foods that need to be grilled. you don't need to grill crabs. I mean, maybe if you were uh, steaming them, like crabs, the best way to have crabs is steamed. Period. Hands down, period. Now, if you wanted to try and get like a little bit of a like a char or you know a little flavor added to them, yeah. But I'm not cooking them to done on the grill. It's just that's just not the way that they're supposed to be done. Just like the different muscles of different animals need to be cooked hotter and faster versus lower and slower, I feel the same way. Just because I have a grill and just because I have crabs doesn't mean those two things need to interact with each other. And yeah, so Baracho, what's going on, man? He said I should have come to Kansas City. Man, my manager at work was just in Kansas City, and I was like, I was jelly, man. I want to go back to Kansas City. I haven't been to Kansas City in a while. What up, Jimmy? Jimmy from Suburban, or Jim, excuse me, from Suburban Barbecue. Jimmy's at Cup and Stuff. Hold on. Jimmy's not on this cup. He's on the other cup. So Jimmy's at Cuff and Stuff. RG said, I respectfully understand. No worries. It was worth the shot. Hey, RG, maybe I'm drinking a little heavier one night. Ask again. Shoot your shot. Don't just take a one no. All right. You know, just keep asking. All right. Be persistent. Grumpus says, I'll just go to the fire station and ask where Dash at. Hey, well, you never know. Hey, you're funny, Grumpus. You're so funny because they do know where I live. You're right. Laura says she'll be back. She needs some coffee. Oh, man. Jim said, I wouldn't even know where to start with seafood. He's so far inland, he doesn't even know what seafood is. Russ said, I don't even eat seafood, y'all. Man, he says, none. My older friends and family call me Jimmy. Well, look, you introduce yourself to me as Jim, I will call you Jim. His mama call him Jim, or his mama probably call him James. But his mama call him Jim, I'ma call him Jim. Grumpus says I cook a grill outside every chance I get. Yet you see the price of the AC in Texas lately. Oh, you seen the price of AC in Texas lately? Hell yeah, man. That's not just the price of AC in Texas. You know, it's so funny. I want to show you guys this t-shirt I bought, but I don't want to because it's so nice and folded in the package, and I'm like saving it. But it is a... So most of you guys in Texas know the come and take it flag, right? There's like a come and take it, and there's a cannonball and a cannon, and it says come and take it. Well, Demolition Ranch, Matt from Demolition Ranch, he had a play on that, and it was an air conditioner. So he had a window unit. When the electricity was being run up so high a couple weeks ago, they were in the state of Texas. What is it? Whatever the electric company or major electric company was like, hey, we know it's really hot. Can you not all turn your air conditioners on at the same time? It was one of those things. So he basically had a play on that, the come and take it flag, and it was an air conditioner where it said come and take it, and as opposed to a cannon, it was just an air conditioner. So I was like, you know what? I went and bought one. Ricer says, hello, Dash. What up, man? How you doing this evening, Ricer? Just Jeff Rice. Yes, Jeff Rice. Mike says, Dash, brisket went very well. Everyone loved it. Nice. That's what's up, man. You know, there's something to be said when you get a brisket right. Jim said, a teeny tiny cannon. Guess what? But yeah, ERCOT. There we go. Oh, goodness, the death of the AC. Yeah. It's a signal cannon. Oh. So it wasn't like a fighting cannon. It's a signal cannon. All right. So it's like a warning shot, kind of like a starter pistol versus like a 45. That's what you're saying? 22 inches long and 27 pounds. That's what she said. Have I ever rendered tallow? Hell yeah, man. I don't say I render it all the time, but I used to do it a lot more, and then I have a bunch of it just sitting around. Like, what am I do with it? Every now and again, I will use some for something. Like, I could go... so, right behind where you guys are is... Well, where you guys... Let me see what's on the table. So, oh look, this is me in my way. But in behind those doors, okay, there is a deep freezer. And on top of the deep freezer is where I keep a lot of like my extra seasonings and like Uncle Steve's. A lot of Uncle Steve's live there. Um, a lot of my extra seasonings, and then a lot of my almost like catering equipment. So my pans and things like that. I have some shelves in that room. Oh boy, Laura, it's been an hour. Don't beat me up. So anyway, I do also on a shelf in there. I have like half a dozen cups of rendered tallow, and I pull it out every now and again. Like there's a video I did where I made some French fries in tallow, and then I got a lot of folks comment like, "Hey, McDonald's used to cook their fries in beef tallow until the vegetarians got upset and changed stuff." Gabriel said, "Great, sir. All right, nice." Captain Newby says, "Hi, Mrs. Dash." Wait. Oh, to her the wall. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was we that was 17 years ago actually. Uh, Pedro says favorite barbecue sauce. He said his is Sweet Baby Ray's. So I'll tell you what, something that I have found is I don't know what my favorite barbecue sauce is just yet because I don't know whether or not I found it. There are so many different barbecue sauces that are out there that I know that I haven't tasted them all, and I know better than saying what my favorite is, because my favorite today could be different from my favorite tomorrow. So my favorite, I won't say my favorite right now, but one that I highly favor is I really like Rudy's barbecue sauce. If you are in or around Texas, you know what Rudy's barbecue or know what Rudy's is or where a Rudy's is. I really like Rudy's barbecue sauce, and actually it's so funny. I used the last bit of the Rudy's that I had. When I say I was coveting that Rudy's barbecue sauce, I would only use it on like whew, on so many little things here and there. Every now and again, I would pull it out. Grumpus actually sent me that barbecue sauce. I used the last of it today. Sadly, I made some. They were like these little chicken tender nugget deal things, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do any ranch or anything like that. I said, I'm gonna put some of that Rudy's on it. Yeah. So that's what I did. Let's see. Ricer said I was 100% wrong on the pork rinds. So if you guys do not know what Ricer's talking about, on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, why aren't you? Steel Drum Smokers. Okay, Steel Drum Smokers on Instagram. Find me, follow me, comment on the last picture and say, hey, I saw you on a live stream, and then I will know that you came from the live stream, and I'll make sure I follow you back. All right? It's just a simple thing. Comment so I know who you are, as opposed to just following me, because if you follow me and I don't know who you are or how you found me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice, thanks for following me. But if I know that you came from this live stream, I try to make sure I follow you guys back. Anyway, I fried some ribs, thanks to Jimmy. It was Jimmy's fault and it was Alton's fault. Okay, the two of them, Alton did some fried baby back ribs a while ago, and Jimmy did some fried baby back ribs just either this weekend or last weekend. And I was like, you know what? I have some ribs in my freezer. I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna do that. So I did. Pedro says, yes, yep. Jim, almost a Jimmy again. Jim says, hell yeah, Rudy sauce. I give it away as Christmas presents. My shipping address is down in the description, Jim. You know, I didn't get my Christmas present this year. I'm just saying. Sean says he's really digging the Head Country apple habanero. So some of you guys have that capability or the ability to get that Head Country sauce. I have not tried it. I know a lot of you guys cook with it and use it. Yeah. Let's see. Rice said I got a bottle and a few cups of Rudy's. Man, it's good. It's good stuff. It's like it's Those who know. It is tomato based and it's zingy. It's just like that perfect zing, and it's sweet and it's good. Like it's good. That is like that's pretty pretty go to. Up in Smoke Barbecue says, "What up, bro? What's up, bro? Nothing much, man." I'm like, "What up?" Nope, no, that's not what it says. It says, "What's up, bro?" I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Reading is fundamental. I gotta stop guessing. Um, I need to actually read it. Talking like my kids when they would read things and they start guessing what the words are and not actually reading what the words are. We're all guilty of it. El Barrio Cooker says, "Hey Dash, what's going on with you, man? How you doing this evening?" Sean said, "Rudy's does go hard." Yes, indeed. What up, Charles? How you doing this evening? Look, I know Charles always judges me when he comes on because he's a barber, and I'm like, oh, I know I need to trim the sides, my beard down. I haven't. My barber was actually busy this week when I got my kids cuts. Actually, we went yesterday. He didn't have time to get my beard a good trim, so I gotta trim it myself, and I just been lazy. What's up, Johnny? Johnny from MTG Barbecue down there in the 305. He says, "Dash, what up, family?" Victor, hello, Victor. Look, Victor says, "Howdy, Ricer, Grumpus, Cypress Blue, and everyone else." Hell, I forgot what day it was. Oh, and you too, Dash. I'm a big fan of Bullseye and add some Jack Daniels. Okay. See, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the coast thing. Like, out here, I feel like Sweet Baby Ray's is probably the most prevalent, and someone mentioned that Sweet Baby Ray's was his favorite or her favorite. I think it was his favorite, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that use Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. So Sweet Baby Ray's, there's like a KC Masterpiece. There's Hunt's barbecue sauce. There's a couple other like local smaller barbecue sauces, but most people, like, when I say request or like ask me to, like, if people ask me to bring barbecue sauce to something or buy barbecue sauce for them, they request Sweet Baby Ray's more than almost anything. So Bullseye, not so much. And I don't know if it's a geographical thing. Victor lives all the way on the other side of the United States, on the West Coast. And I don't know. He's in the Pacific Northwest as well. I'll mention that because maybe it's bigger there than it is in this area. Barrio says, "Great save on your last video, the chicken and brisket." Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Russ says, "That's a tough one, and it hurts my consistency because I'm always playing with the rub, injections, etc." So that's one of the things that I can tell you, Russ. When I started out, I said, okay, I'm going to figure out what I want my flavors to be, and I'm going to stick with those flavors. And I've only had to change a time or two once, like, a specific seasoning I was using was discontinued or I couldn't get it anymore. So yeah. Sean said, "Fried ribs, I just can't." I'm telling you. You know what's funny? My wife, she couldn't either. She ate, I think I put 3 ribs on her plate, and she ate the 3, but like after the first one, she was like, "This isn't for me. Like, they're too greasy. Like, they're extra greasy." And I'm like, I don't know how, but the boys, when I say my sons tore those ribs up. Taste tester number 3, she's been kind of fickle. She's just been like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want. And it's funny. Out of my kids, I think she's gonna be the vegetarian. Like, she has been vegetarian. Like, she'll go, like, well, not binges, but she'll go a week here where she'll be like, "I'm gonna be vegetarian this week." Okay. So I expect her to be vegetarian, honestly enough. Hey, Uncle Bull, good looking out. He posted up my Instagram page. I appreciate that. And so does Steven. You guys are on the same page there. Justin said, "Did you smoke them before you fried them?" No, I did not. I straight fried them. Man, they came out the refrigerator. I seasoned them up. Just like, so if you have not seen Jimmy's video, so Cuff and Stuff Barbecue, I did the same exact thing he did. I followed almost verbatim what he did. I used the same exact Uncle Steve spices that he used, And I did the same exact egg wash, and I even did the same measurement of about this much milk in my 2 eggs. So yeah. Yeah, Steven is commending you, Uncle Bull. He says, Uncle, LOL, you quick on the draw. You beat me. Shoot. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you guys so much that help out. Those of you guys who have the wrenches, you have wrenches for a reason. Captain Newbie says, see another great rabbit hole to make toe based. Yeah. We're not going to... Maybe we'll do a whole nother live stream talking about tomato-based sauces. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up. I'm a couple minutes behind, so don't feel bad if I don't get to you right away. So, Justin said my favorite sauce right now is Simple Kroger grocery store brand sauce. He said, don't sleep on it. There are no Krogers. I want to say Kroger. There are no Krogers in my area, so, oh, man. Lou says, hey, yo, I have to cut out early tonight, my friend. Children are sleeping. I'm sleeping. Thank you for the advice tonight. It was a great topic. Lou, man, Lou, you know what? Feel free to give me topics anytime, because like I said earlier, Marcus, you listen. Marcus, wake up. You listening? Marcus, as opposed to talking to 40 or 50 of you guys or 100 of you guys, or dude, that last video that I did, there's over 15,000 views on that video. I'm not talking to all of them people. I'm talking to one or a few of you guys. The videos, that's how I talk to you guys. I always have somebody in mind. A lot of times when I'm doing a specific video, when I'm talking about something in particular, I don't just generalize it. I kind of, I make it more personal than that. And hopefully that comes off in the videos. So Lou, this one was to you. So, to Wong Fu. Oh, yeah, that was it. What Papa Bear kids? Yeah. Smoke signals up. What's going on with you, man? Let's talk about sides. Potato salad with mayo, pickles, eggs, and some mustard. So, Pedro, bruh, I stick to the proteins. You know what I do with my sides? I purchase them. I have no problem stating that I purchase the sides, because I know better. My time is better suited on doing the proteins than it is on making potato salad. That is just another thing to go wrong, to be completely honest. Now, do I take potato salad directly out of the container and put it into the pan? No, I doctor it up a little bit. I add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But some stuff, man, it goes from that container right into an aluminum pan, and that's it. But that's not for everybody. I know my limitations. I cook and I stick to the proteins. First Love, yo, what's going on with you, man? How you doing this evening? El Barrio says, I'll trade you some Rudy sauce for a Yangling beer that we can't get until August in Texas. Well, sore subject, Yingling. I haven't purchased Yingling in a while. It's one of those things where, I'll just leave it at that. We're not going to get into it because it's political, and we don't do that here. So, but I haven't purchased Yingling in a couple years. Charles said, I like your video on the beard oil. I need the hook up, man. Charles, I wish I could tell you that I had to hook up. It's just one of those things out of necessity. So, my wife was making lotion one day and a oil for her hair, and I was like, wait a minute, yo, can I use that in my beard? She's like, I don't see why not. And man, I've been using it in my beard since. But as of late, I have been put on to a couple different droppers of oil. Man, I've been delivered. I don't like beard balm no more. I like oil. That dude was like, I like women's. No. He said, I've been delivered. I don't like oil balm or beard balm no more. I like oil. Yo, the beard oils are so much easier because boom, I take the dropper, put the dropper in my hand, rub it out, boom, do what I need to do. So much easier. The beard balm is like I gotta scoop and measure the amount out. I gotta put it in my palm. I gotta warm it up in my hands so it becomes liquefied, and then I gotta put it on. Now, does the beard balm work? Yes. Is it a little more work? Yes. Does the oil work? Yes. Man, I like it. What up, Alton? I was talking about you earlier, talking about them ribs you cooked a while ago, and I cooked some ribs. It was all Jeff's fault. Brycer was talking about my Instagram, and I said it was between Jimmy and Alton. Alton was the first one that I saw do fried ribs, and then Jimmy did them recently, and I was like, you know what? I got to try this. I got some ribs in the freezer. I got to try this. MTG says Cattleman's. I can't say that I've had Cattleman's or used Cattleman's, but I know that is a popular. Again, sometimes I think what sauce you use or what sauce you prefer is regional. Like it is in your particular area, your neck of the woods, and what people like, what people prefer, and it's one of those things. Terry says, have you ever smoked fish? Yes, I have. I was just talking about smoking salmon earlier tonight. Salmon is one of the go-to things that I smoke as far as fish. And I smoke salmon, I don't say regularly, but smoked salmon is one of the things that my wife really likes that I make. Excuse me. And I get orders for smoked salmon every now and again. I actually have an order for a salmon fillet for this coming Saturday. So I don't know, Mr. Richard, if you're still on. But he's getting a salmon fillet along with the brisket, some chicken wings, and some ribs this weekend. Now that I think about it, he also wants some pulled pork. Alan says, man, fried ribs are good. I'm telling you, the missus didn't think so. She was like, this isn't for me. She was like, this is not how I want my ribs. Look, I can respect that, but the boys, so there was 6. So I gave 3 to Mrs. Dash. I gave 3 to taste tester number 1. And then there were 5 left. So I guess it was like a 12-bone rack. It wasn't huge, so 12, 13 bones. Mrs. Dash ate 3. Taste tester number 3 took when I say a teeny tiny little bite, I was like, why don't you just try it, see if you like it. She was like, no, not my thing. The boys they ate up everything else. So between the two of them, they had 5 bones apiece, and they were like, is there more? No, I ate them all. Smoke signals up says, I explicitly don't use barbecue sauce. Only if the customer requests. I focus on rub and flavor. It irritates me to see barbecue drowning under sauce. Well, see, here's the thing. If you don't drown it and you just put a twang of barbecue sauce on things, then I won't say it's okay, but that's the thing. Like, some people they put too much barbecue sauce on stuff. I agree. But there are some great barbecue sauces out there that deserve to be on stuff. So, yeah. Alan says, man, fried ribs and white cream gravy? Shit. This sound like, what was his name? From The Wire? Clay something. Anyway, I did not make any gravy with those with those ribs, but it was kind of like a chicken fried steak, or like fried chicken. All right. Up in Smoke said, I've had people ask me if I use my own sauce, and I know how to make my own, but I found a local company that has the exact flavor profile I like, especially on pork. So here's the thing. I do not make my own sauce. I don't. I use something off the shelf that I doctor up. And the reason why I can say, I'm going to say confidently, but the reason why I use something off the shelf is because I got tired of trying to explain what the sauce that I had made was. And it was real quick. After the first couple times, and people were like, well, what kind of sauce is it? Is it hot? Is it sweet? Is it this? Is it that? Is it... You know what? I tell people I use something off the shelf, And if you absolutely have to know what it is, like if you have a dietary restriction or if you need to know, I can say this is what it is, and most people know what that is, and they can say, okay, yes, I can use that, or no, I can't use it. Right? It's just one of those things. The dietary restrictions are what drove me to not make my own sauce. Also, consistency drove me to not make my own sauce. All right, Laura's back. Welcome back. Thank you very much for coming back. Still no chainsaw. I don't know. Cover small. All right, thank you, Steven. So Steven put out Jimmy's video of the chicken fried pork ribs. Yes. Oh, thanks. Jimmy said I did an excellent job. I guess he liked the way they look. They look pretty good. They were good. The kids told me they were good. I didn't actually partake, but you know. Uncle Bull said I got you once. You're hard to beat with the links. Yeah, buddy. Marcus says I'm here. All right, well, look, I gotta check on you, man. You be like, hey, what up, everybody? I'm seeing your setup. I know how comfortable it is. Marcus watches my videos on his couch. He's got this big old white couch that he sits up on. And unless he's sitting up actively drinking, he gonna be asleep. Because I seen it happen. We were watching, what was the name of that show, man? We were watching, I don't even know if I finished watching it, actually, now that I think about it. But we were watching the TV show, and I was sitting off near where Jamie sits, and I'm just sitting watching. We were cracking up at this TV show that we were watching, and all of a sudden I hear, and I seen it. If Marcus isn't sitting up and upright, he gonna be asleep. So you gotta watch Marcus. You gotta watch Marcus. Alan says, "What's up, everybody?" Alex D said, anyone have any suggestions on grilling some good chicken or a good chicken rub? I've been trying different recipes, but I just can't get it right. Chicken and barbecue is one of those things you just gotta try and try and try until you figure out what you like. And if you like it, other people will like it. Victor said Bullseye used to be an America's top barbecue sauce, but that was more than 10 years ago. America's favorites changed with the time. Luckily, Jack Daniels is still going strong. It's Jack and Coke time. Nice segue there, Victor. Nice segue. Russell said, when you're smoking meat, that's what I want to hear. But yeah, the potato salad was bland. Oh man, you can see me. What color is my top? It's a color, Laura. That's what color it is. It's a color. Ooh, I'm telling Gene. Goodness gracious. Alright, Smoke Signal said I sold the guy a slab of ribs and he posted a picture. He had drowned him in barbecue sauce. I untagged myself from the photo. Dude, you know what? You know what I say to stuff like that? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay? But see, now here's the deal. So I went to, I catered a wedding for some friends of mine, right? My friend, and they had this wedding on the Eastern Shore, and it was on Kent Island. It was like a quaint little, almost like a farmhouse, but it wasn't a farmhouse. It was at this agricultural center, and I catered the food, so I did all of the food, and we did a buffet style type thing. And this guy came up to me afterwards, and he says, you know, I really liked your pulled pork. And I'm like, oh, thank you. He said, you know, the only thing that was missing was more barbecue sauce. And I said, well, did you not get the barbecue sauce? He said, no, there was no barbecue sauce. I said, there was sauce on the table. He said, well, why wouldn't you put the sauce in the pork? I said, because not everybody likes barbecue sauce. So for those people who want extra barbecue sauce or more barbecue sauce, I put some on the table. He's like, well, damn, I came over here to complain about the lack of barbecue sauce, but I just didn't know there was barbecue sauce on the table. And I'm like, yep, not everybody likes barbecue sauce. So I can't put barbecue sauce on it for you, the one person who wants extra barbecue sauce. I can't fault you for wanting extra barbecue sauce. That's just one of those things where I'm thinking his mama didn't raise him right. Okay? Like, you don't have to have barbecue. You don't have to use sauces. You should try it without the sauces before you drown it in sauce. Try it first. Right? But it's just one of those things, man. You know what? I'm telling you, you're not going to please everybody. And the sooner you learn that, the sooner you understand that, the sooner you want to sleep better at night. Really. Just look, somebody put sauce on a whole bunch of stuff. You just be like I said, man, even a broken clock is right twice a day, or, you know, just say, like, that's when you be like, you hit him with it. I'm telling you, you just wind up like you about to. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. He don't know any better. Okay? Alright, that's it. Just bless his heart. That's all I got to say, man. Sometimes. So Moo said, good morning, y'all. Lukewarm High Life and oregano. Good to go. Man, you drinking lukewarm beer? You a brave soul. Moo says, hey, Cuff and Stuff in Blue. Anyone ate any good CV joints? Anyone ate any good CV joints? I mean, like the CV, like the continuous velocity joints on a vehicle? Yeah, cooking with Kirby. Holy cow, man. It's been a minute since I've talked to you and since you've been here. What's going on? How you doing? Listen, we all have our jobs. Mine is to make people go, wait, what? Sleep is about to break in my house. Right now, I'm sorry, that's my aunt. I gotta talk to y'all. Cooking with Kirby says, what's up, Dash? How you doing, Kirby? What's going on, man? It's been a minute. I've been watching you on Instagram and stuff like that, man. I saw you. I think that's you on Instagram. You were talking about a cook you did recently, and I think I saw a picture of you and your wife. I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let's see. Steven says, all right, I feel the same. Probably trying to get in here. So let's see. How's the catering nowadays after the 4th of July? Kirby, it's I won't say hit or miss or up and down. Like, I've had things to do and I've also been busier. If that makes sense. Like, the past 2 weekends. Guys, hold on 1 second, please. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. So, that was my aunt. She needs to get in touch with my father-in-law. Anyway, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me? Yes, that worked out. Sometimes it's great how a plan comes together. That's crazy. I answered a phone call while on the live stream. Who would have thunk it? Anyway, hey Victor, awesome dude. He says it's time to remind. Thumbs up, everyone. Boo Boo says actually not bad. Sask is flat enough, and the wind takes it away as fast as it comes in. All right. Cooking with Kirby says that's actually facts. Nice. I'm thinking of that song from my childhood. Don't drown your food. I don't know that one. Ahmed, what's going on? Ahmed is cracking up. He said, "Bless his heart." Like sometimes you just gotta be like, hmm. Like this, yo, it is a thing when you just be like, you know what, like, bless his heart. DB says, go to bed knowing you've done everything possible to transfer your knowledge. That's all you can do. Yep. Bumpy says, just got back in. Can I get a recap on your sauce combo? Oh, so the sauce conversation was basically as this. It was like this. There are some people who want extra sauce. There's some people who want no sauce. And guess what? No matter what you do, you're never going to please either end of the spectrum. So what you can do is do either a little bit of sauce or you can do no sauce. All right, but at the same time, you provide sauce for those people who want extra sauce, or you have a decent amount of sauce, and then you might piss off the people who don't want sauce. But sometimes those people will tell you up front, hey, I don't want any sauce on this, or I don't want any sauce in that. And then you know, and that's it. But Bumpy, if I know you gonna watch this again tomorrow, later. So just watch this again later, and then you'll hear what it is. Smoke Signal says, catch you later, Dash. Hey, look, man, thank you for hanging out. Be easy. What up, Jay? Jay, man, what's going on, man? Jay says, cheers, Dash. Hope you've been good. You and the family, yes, man. All my best. The Violet and the Missus. Yes, Laura, it was a phone. But Grandpa says, sometimes I feel like a sauce, sometimes I don't. Dash's ribs got sauce. Grandpa says don't. Alright. Alright. Oh boy. Buddy, goodness gracious. How's Buddy doing, Steven? I just burped a little bit. I need a little bit more Coke, and if I'm pouring a little bit more Coke, I might as well pour a little bit, just a little bit more equal rare into my cup. A little bit. Oh boy. Ooh. Alright. We're an hour and a half in. How long do you guys want this to go on? Oh, lost your audio. Alright. That's a dope shit. Thank you, man. You gotta thank Marcus and Jamie for hooking me up with these shirts. I was talking about how I needed a embroidered shirt, and Jamie was like, hey, guess what I do? I was like, what? So she hooked me up. Did you fix Bernadette? Man, no. So that cook was 2 weeks ago now, and last week I was out of town. So you guys are going to see tomorrow the second half. Actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I'll go ahead and get you guys the video for tomorrow. Now, you guys have been hanging out long enough, so I will comment the video for tomorrow. So you guys can see the video for tomorrow, which is the second portion, the continuation of last week. Laura, it's not a bowling shirt. Alright. Okay. Don't drown your food. It comes right up. I'm going to go out to YouTube because I know that's a little easier. And let's see here. Don't drown. Look at that. Yo, it hears me talking about it. Don't drown your food. ABC's Don't Drown Your Food PSA 1985. Oh boy. Oh wait, let's unmute it.
lifeguard and happy to say I rescued a drowning potato today. They drowned in its sour cream. Oh, what a shame.
Oh my gosh.
So much better when it's practically plain. So don't drown your food in mayo, salt, ketchup, or goo. Yuck! It's no fun to eat.
Wow. I never knew this was a thing. Don't drown your food. So this is don't drown your food, a PSA from 1985. I was 5 years old at the time. So let me go back. I'm gonna listen. We're gonna listen to this again. So it says,
I'm Lewis, the lifeguard, and happy to say
he's Lewis, the lifeguard.
Potato today. They drowned in its sour cream. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, what a shame.
So much better when it's practically plain.
I don't know about that one. He said the food is so much better when it's practically plain. It depends. So there's a salad that's being drowned. There's some eggs and some cucumbers in the salad. Don't drown your food.
Mayo, salt, ketchup, or goo.
Mayo, salt, ketchup, or goop.
But you can't even see. So don't drown your food.
Another nutritional message from the ABC television network. Well, there you go. I've never learned something new every day. All right, Jay, that's what's up, man. Uh-oh. Hopefully it is in reference to that that seasoning, Jay. First love says, yo, Dash. No luck needed. I just hang the meat outside for the smoke and then the sun, and he immediately cooks it. Well, that's what's up. Those had B&B lump for $10.98 a bag. Yo, how you gonna tell me they had it? Like, how didn't you hit me up and be like, hey, go get this charcoal? That would have been great. Or wait, you know what, Bumpy? This is what we need to do. I need to trade you some splits for some charcoal. What up? Because you know what? I think I would love to sit down and pull out the camera and let's have a conversation, because I think that would be invaluable. Like, we have been talking way too long. Oh, by the way, do not hit me up on Facebook. My Facebook got hacked, so I can't respond to Facebook. So it's got to be Instagram until I can hopefully successfully get my Facebook account back, because I haven't been able to do that. So Instagram, it is. Like, hit me up for real, because, yeah. When do we order said shirts? When do we order said shirts? So, Russ, I wish I could say I could order these for you guys, but I don't know, man. Like, I still have been contemplating ordering more, t-shirts. Mubu says, yeah, it's hazy here, but the wind picks up, it clears up. Oh, whoa! Let's see. Cooking with Kirby says, I have changed my thoughts on seasoning and barbecue sauce. I played it safe, trying to keep it balanced on the first 3 plate sales. Lately, I've been cooking to my taste palette, and feedback has been good. So here's the thing. I'm telling you, if you cook and you cook to how you like food, you're probably going to appease 75 to 80% of people. You are. You're going. If you like something, chances are other people are going to like it, Kirby. I agree with you 100%. I cook to how I like stuff. I do. And the only variation on that is I cook to how my wife, who's a picky person when it comes to certain things, to how she likes stuff. Because I'm a guy. I'm a man. I like certain things, and there's certain things where I'm like, look, it's good to me. Look, you're going to take it or leave it. But I have to think, and I have to understand that there are women that are eating this food as well. And guess what? They might not necessarily like it the way I like it. So I will tone it down, or I will ramp it up depending on what it is. So that will be my only caveat to you, Kirby, is get your wife to taste things and give you her opinion, because she can give you that female, men are from Venus and women are from Mars, or men are from Mars and women are from Venus, whatever. She can give you some insight. All right, so just a little word to the wise. KB said, guess who's first? I don't know. Who is? Laura says it was so bad for 3 days last week. It was yellow outside. Oh. Alright, welcome back, Steven. Like we're the old song fast. What? Bottle that smoke, add water, and you don't have liquid smoke. Just a thought. You know what's so funny? I was in the market today, this evening, and I was looking at a bottle of liquid smoke, and I almost took a picture of it so I could post it on Instagram to say something about it. But I was like, yeah. Captain Newbie says, I was like 7, bro. Why is that song still in my head? I don't know. Hey, Steven, thank you very much, man. He posted my Instagram again. You have to dash because you don't know how to cook for a crowd. Oh yes, definitely, Laura. You have to be like middle of the road. Kirby says, "See how you got excited about the topic? That's passion, folks." Look, I'm a little intoxicated. You know, been drinking a little bit much. So, but no, like really, but that's the whole thing, Kirby. Like seriously. You'd be surprised how many people don't. This is such a simple topic, but it's so complex at the same exact time. People don't understand that you cannot cook for one person. You cannot cook for, you have to do something middle of the road for people. Yo, Captain Newbie, you're absolutely right. She keeps your taste buds grounded a little. And that's awesome. You're absolutely correct. We had let's see. So you guys are having a conversation that's not barbecue related. I'm like, huh? Did I miss Uncle Bull saying he was going to bed? Oh well, I gotta cut out. Everyone, have a good one and be safe. Smoke on. Thanks, Uncle Bull, definitely for watching and participating. Uncle Bull typically is first on the comments on the videos. But unfortunately, guess who forgot to plug in the laptop as he was uploading the video to YouTube? This guy. This guy. So with that being said, what ended up happening was the laptop died before the video finished uploading to YouTube. And by the time I realized it, it ended up being uploaded to YouTube late. So, yeah. Later than I would have liked it to, and because of that, it put me behind. So Uncle Bull, who's one of the patrons, the Patreon patrons, did not get the opportunity to comment first. So, is it KB or KC? Who commented first? Who got first on that video? Who got it? Who did it? Who is it? Alright, let's see. I can go up to the comments. KB, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, KB definitely was first. And wouldn't it be messed up if I deleted his comment and then somebody else got to be first? Ooh. Ooh. Would you be mad if I did that, KB? Deleted the first comment. It's still about spoken. Yeah, well, thanks. I don't delete comments. No matter how bad or whatever they are, I don't delete them. KB says no. I am replying. I apologize for for me, you know, commenting here. But I don't want to give it away. I want him to see my reply before, you know. Let's see. All right. So we replied. When I say we, I mean me. Whoa, no. I don't want to favorite. I just want to refresh the page. Darn it. All right. Let's see. Laura says, Laura says, you got some explaining to do. Hey, Jimmy says time to hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hey, if you have not already hit that thumbs up, thank you, Jimmy, so very much for the reminder. Jimmy, you know what, man? You need to figure out a day to do a live stream. Just, you know, every now and again, just do a live stream and be like, hey, let's talk about something. I think it would be fun. Jimmy, now I can't guarantee I can be there. I'm just the suggestion, or I'm just the guy with the good ideas. Yeah. Yeah. So Uncle Bull, he's funny. He said, I already seen it on Patreon. It's a benefit to being a member, and he got to be the first thumbs up. So there is that. Yeah. Let's see. Quentin says, Dash, what up, man? Long time. Yes, Quentin, how you doing, man? How's it going? All right. So what I don't want to get caught up doing is replying to comments here from the video. But I'm like compelled to reply to the comments. But I kind of have to be deadpan when I'm talking to you guys live while I'm replying to the comments, because, you know, it's like I don't want to give it away. Learn never to cook chicken above beef. All right, so here we go. I'm going to talk about this one. So Mitchell Myers says, love the video, but I have a question. I always learned never cook chicken above beef. Could I get more details on that? I feel like I've talked about this until I'm blue in the face. If you are cooking chicken, and those of you guys who are here on the live stream, please feel free to comment below, okay? Because I would love your input, and this is how I feel about cooking chicken over top of beef. And this is one of those things that has probably been one of the, if not the most consistent. You know what's so funny? I plugged my watch into charge, and the charger is not plugged in. Well, that's why it's not charging, because it's not plugged in. Anyway, that is one of the most commented on things about any and all of my videos. Anytime I cook chicken over top of beef or pork, people are like, oh my God, you're going to kill people. You are cooking chicken above beef. No, I'm not. And here is a very simple reason as to why I'm not. Chicken has a lower finishing temperature than beef or pork does. Well, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? So this is the reason, this is my reasoning behind it. If I take the chicken out of the grill or the smoker, and I still have pork and I have beef in the smoker, in the cooker, that beef and that pork has a higher finishing temperature. So anything that would have come from the chicken that would have gotten onto the beef or onto the pork is on the outside of the meat, which is going to sustain a higher temperature, which is going to kill any bacteria or any germs or any anything that could cause a problem on the outside of the meat. Does anyone dispute that? Just feel free to comment below. Like, comment. Does that argument, does that thought not be sound? Now there's a difference if it's going to be raw chicken and raw beef or raw pork, and I'm just gonna let it hang out, and I'm cooking beef to like a rare. And even still, if I have chicken that's raw over top of beef, the outside of that meat is going to get the highest cooking temperature. It's going to be able to kill any of those germs. The internal piece is the piece you got to worry about. If I have raw chicken over top of hamburger, I wouldn't cook that to rare. I wouldn't cook hamburger to rare, because hamburger is ground meat, so there's outside bits mixed with inside bits. But a steak, you really only have to worry about cooking the outside edge to kill any bacteria that gets on the outside edge. But this is where I'm going to lean on you guys to tell me, nah, man, you're off your rocker, or you know what, wait a minute, that actually makes some sense. So let's see. Victor says, my theory about folks who believe food should be smothered in sauce is that they came from generations of folks who didn't know how to properly cook food. He said biggest cover-ups in history. Absolutely right. If the watch isn't plugged in, does it make you early, or is it still late? So it just means my watch dies. Coda says 165 is the internal temp that's needed. So 165 is the internal temp that's needed for chicken. But if I'm cooking pork or if I'm cooking brisket, that temperature that's going to go, that those meats, the pork and the brisket, the beef, is going to be cooked to, is higher than 165 degrees. You can't cook brisket to 165 degrees and say it's done. Like, no, not at all. Hey, y'all peep the tan? Y'all peep the tan? This is where my my watch goes. So this is where my watch is in the other room. My Bulova, I wear a Bulova watch on this wrist, and this is where this watch goes. And this watch, my fitness tracker, sits a little tighter on my wrist. So that's why this tan line is a little lighter than this one. But same thing with my rings, my ring and my ring. Yeah, you know, that vacation down in South Carolina did me some good. Victor said, excuse me, Laura says, Victor, I used to eat a slice of bread smothered in gravy. Why? Mubu says, chicken mixes with both beef and pork if you need ingredients on a hot dog package. Nothing is 100%, so personally, taste won't matter. Regardless, meat should be cooked to 165 degrees or higher. Quentin says, that same argument can be had with you doing multi-level wings. Chicken just dripping down on the wings has never hurt anything, so never worried about it. Kata says, yes, the outside is well above that, even on a rare steak. Can we please be the change in the world we need to see, and get people to understand that having chicken and cooking chicken above anything else is okay. It's okay, with the exception, and there are few exceptions, one exception being salmon and the second exception being lamb, okay? Because both of those things are going to cook to a lower finishing temperature than chicken. Comment, please, make me understand that I'm not crazy. Captain Newbie says all of those temperatures are internal. KB says the temperature explanation makes sense. Can you taste any flavor difference on the brisket having chicken above it? I'm guessing not. Hell no, you can't. If I cook chicken on top of brisket, or I cook chicken on top of pork, and I cook chicken pork by itself or brisket by itself, and I put them in a pan and I gave them to you, and I said, which one had chicken cooked above it? The seasonings on the brisket, because of the fact that it's beef, are more pronounced than the seasonings on the chicken. As well as the seasonings on the pork are more pronounced than the seasonings on the chicken. Chicken takes seasoning way easier than brisket or pork shoulder. That being said, you're never going to taste any chicken seasoning over top of what I season my brisket or my pork shoulder with. Never. Never, never, never. You wouldn't know that I cooked chicken over top of brisket unless you saw the video after you ate the food. Gabriel said, and I quote, more flavor is gooder. I couldn't agree with him more. I couldn't agree with him more. Is it Cottis? Says chicken drips and outside. The outside is well above 165 degrees. Laura says, heck yeah. I grew up saying gooder, Gabriel. Well, Laura is Canadian, so, there's that. Quentin said the only time I want to yell at people is when they are cooking and touching raw food with their bare hands and then touching everything else. That drives me wild. Yo, Quentin. Oh, my God. Oh. Quentin. Bruh. That statement right there has bumped you so much higher than so many other people. I cannot tell you how many times I have stopped dead in my tracks and have never watched another video from someone than when I have seen someone touch raw food with their bare hands and touch anything else. Anything else. That is my ultimate YouTube pet peeve. And one of the people who I will say who does it most? The cowboy cook Kent Rollins. That dude. My man touches food, he seasons his food, he grabs the seasoning, he seasons his food, he touches his pots, he touches his pans, he touches his knives, he touches this, he touches that. I'm like, I can't watch another one of these videos. I can't. Because this is the same person that proliferates. I'm sorry. I've been drinking. Not cooking chicken over anything else, but touches raw chicken and touches everything else? No, bruh. It doesn't work that way. Now, I will tell you that I will touch raw chicken, and then I will touch beef, and then I will touch pork. Again, for the same reasons stated before about how chicken finishes at a lower temperature than beef or pork does. So any bacteria or anything that's not 100% kosher will be cooked off and away and killed before it can be a problem. Like, bruh. Quentin, yo, seriously. You get it. Alright, Juan says I cook my chicken on top rack all the time. He says nothing wrong. Mubu says I don't cook anything lower than 165. 205 minimum for bear. Gosh, dude. Like, this is... Kirby likes gooder. Like, Laura, look, I mean, I get to blame stuff on you all the time because you're Canadian. Pictures of Blue, this is proof to many of the wonderful neighbors of the north forget to wear their, during the winter. I don't even know what that word is. I like how my BC, like I know my BCs. You know what? What was that movie? It was a movie with John Candy, and I don't know if it was John Candy and Steve Martin, but but John Candy was Canadian, and he was like, oh, he was talking about how Canadians have 52 letters in their alphabet because there's A, B, A, C, A, D, A, etc., etc. I think it was called Strange Brew, maybe? Was that the name of the movie? Anyway, Kirby says I wash my hands so much, it's so bad, my skin is dry. Kirby, I'm telling you, I was the same way. I now go through gloves like Grant through Richmond. And I feel bad. Now that gloves cost me so much, when I'm cooking for my own family, I don't use gloves as much as I do when I'm cooking for others. But when I'm cooking for others, I change gloves so much. But now gloves are costing an arm and a leg. Captain Newbie says, I didn't grab the shaker. Ah! Oh my god, dude, yeah. I can't see anyone eating pork or chicken lower than 165. No, well, pork, no. So pork, you can cook to 145, man. Like, if you have a decent pork loin, there's no way you will want to cook a pork loin, which is lean as the day is long. No way you will want to cook a pork loin higher than 140, 145 degrees. KB says you should charge more for your brisket because the extra chicken juice added bonus to the customer. Huh. Quentin, dude, I'm telling you, you preaching to the choir right now, because Quentin says that shit kills me too. I just turn the video off and hope they don't get ill. We were talking about the Boosted Boys. Shout out if you watch the Boosted Boys. You know, I'm a big car guy, so I watch the Boosted Boys. But the Beastie Boys, we were talking about the Beastie Boys earlier. Gabriel says it's the cowboy way. Pfft, damn that. Juan says that cowboy dude grinds my gears, and then Barbecue Pit Boys also be doing that. I have not watched a Barbecue Pit Boys video in years. Years. Okay? Years. Because people are like, oh man, you do barbecue? Have you seen these barbecue dudes? And I'll click on the video and I see it's the Barbecue Pit Boys, and I'm like, click on, click off. Immediately. How do I say? Immediately. Alright? Expeditiously, I click off that video. And I tried to watch Kent Rollins, the cowboy Kent Rollins, and somebody recommended, they said, oh man, you need to watch this dude. I watched the video and I'm like, dude, this dude is touching raw food with his bare hands. He's touching everything else. The first video I watched, I was like, maybe it's just this one. The second video I watched, I'm like, third video I watched, I was like, and I'll never watch another one. Unsubscribed. Kirby, you know what I mean. Alright? I won't touch his prairie horses either. Yeah, you can't be washing your hands out there in the woods all the time. Cowboys are forever. The cowboys are forever. No, but you know what you can do? You can buy a box of damn gloves and change the gloves. Russ said I'm queasy with the chicken like 3 or 4 times washing the hands. Yeah. Gloves got expensive. Dude, that's what I'm saying, Kirby. So now when I'm cooking for other people, I use gloves like I normally would. And when I say I cook and I'm like, so what I do now, Kirby, is when I'm cooking for other people, I use gloves and I don't wash my hands. I won't say as often because I'm using gloves and I'm changing gloves. When I'm cooking for my family, I still have a dirty hand and I have a clean hand. All right. Dirty hand touches the meat. Clean hand uses the seasoning, uses the knife, uses whatever else. And then if I touch something dirty and I need to touch something, I will grab a paper towel. Paper towels are cheaper than gloves. And if I have to touch something with a dirty hand, I will grab a paper towel and I will use that. Or soap and water is cheaper than using changing gloves. I will wash my hands, both hands, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But Raw food? No. Mood Boost is absolutely not. Dash 165 minimum for pork. Nope. 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 I'm going to disagree with you on this one. Pork can be cooked to 140 or 145 degrees for certain cuts. The main cut that's going to be 140 or 145 degrees is going to be a loin. You cook a pork loin to 165 degrees, you are going to have shoe leather. Shoe leather. Anyone agree? Disagree? Comment below. Come on. I need some backup. Smoking Meat said, my man dropping pork game. He said, my chops is mid rare. Yeah. Victor said, it's a hat. Okay, well, thank you. Hey, Kirby says, I'm checking out, brother. I'll catch you later. Hey, man, be easy. Thank you very much for hanging out. Kirby, don't be a stranger, man. Come on back. Come on back now, you hear? All right. Mubu, I'm telling you, you're not 100% on that one. Blind Man says, all right, everybody, I'm going to sign off. Once again, another great live stream. Hope everyone has a great next cook. Yes, indeed. Juan says, go to Academy. Here's the thing. Can't go to Academy. No academies near me. I live in Baltimore. Academies are in the southern states. They sell them black nitro gloves by Oklahoma Joe's for like $9. I wish. So, Juan, feel free. I will send you the money if you want to go ahead and buy a couple boxes and send them to me. I got you. Like, for real. Grumpa says, am I the only one who loves big, thick pork chops finished at 145 degrees, then rest them for 5 minutes? No, Grumpus, you are not, dude. 145 degrees on a pork chop. I would actually say, I would venture to tell you that you should finish those pork chops or take those pork chops off at 140 or 142 degrees because there's going to be some carryover. And 140, if you take it off at 145, you risk taking it too far. Because guess what? A pork chop has the loin in it or on it. A bone-in pork chop? What? Yo, I'm telling you, trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. Moo Boo, I know you're probably sitting there like, no. But Moo Boo, you know how I know? You know, wait, Moo Boo, bless your heart. You drink warm beer. Moo Boo, stop taking your pork to 165 degrees at a minimum. Thank me later. 140 to 142 degrees max on pork loin or pork chops. Now, if you're cooking a pork shoulder or a pork steak, yes, cook it over 200. Golden, you'd be great. But a pork loin, that lean cut, nah, bruh, you just can't do it. Quentin says, how's the egg treating you? You plan to make some more videos using it. So, Quentin, you know what's crazy is I use the egg kind of off and on. It's just I don't always film when I'm cooking on the egg. I don't always film the things that I cook around the house. Like, I don't use the egg for customer cooks, all right? So majority of the cooks that I show you guys for YouTube are customer cooks. When I have not had a customer cook, then obviously you guys see me cooking for my family or doing some sort of taste test or like something experimental. But I use the big green egg every now and then, but it's not my primary cooker, unfortunately. Adam, whoa! Adam, well, thanks again. Adam said, I'm smoking a tenderloin tomorrow. No way I'm overcooking it to 165 degrees. He says, that's crazy. That's 2 or 3 comments from Adam, and he's new here. Hey, Adam, thanks for being a part. Canadian Food Safety says 165 degrees minimum. I agree. Oh, sir. You know, Canadian Food safety says 165 degrees minimum. Sure. Captain Newbie says, oh yeah, on the pork, try it at 145 degrees. You'll be loved. Whoa! Boom! Look at that. Steven! Yo, this is why Steven is my guy. Like, he is my guy. Steven doesn't live in the States, but he says, Dash, the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, approved pork can be eaten at 145 degrees. Grumpus says 165 equals boot leather. Ronnie, are you shy? Like shy Ronnie? Anybody get that reference? Ronnie says, what kind of wood is best for smoking? So I have an entire video about what type of wood is best for smoking. Let's see here. Content. Wood. Let's see if I can beat. Crap. See if I can beat. Alright, here we go. Here it is. Let's see if I can beat. Can I beat Steven? Alright. Let's see. Alright, if I did it. I don't know if I did it. Alright. So Mubu says birch and straw for smoking. I don't know about that. Grumpus says 145 degrees goes back to the wife thing. Oh, you know what? Grumpus, say less. I understand. I'd be out of my job if I cooked lower than 100. Mubu, I'm telling you, dog. 165. So put it like, let's put it into terms you might understand. A rare steak is cooked to 125 degrees. A mid-rare steak is cooked to 130, 135 degrees. A medium steak is cooked to 145. Shoe leather is cooked to 165 degrees when it comes to steak. That is well done. 165 degrees. If you cook a leaner meat, i.e. pork, to 165 degrees, you are eating shoe leather. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Alright? Russell said, how is there even warm beer in Canada? It's warmer than, yeah. Moo says FDA isn't in Canada. You're absolutely right. Oh, I'll be Steven. So Quentin says, well, here's an interesting question. I saw your friend Rip post on Instagram. Do you think it's possible to fry something in a Dutch oven using an egg, or is it just a huge fireball waiting to happen? So Quentin, yes, you can fry in a Dutch oven, but the problem, in a Dutch oven on an egg. But the problem with trying to fry something in an egg is the temperature is not going to be, like, you're not going to be able to maintain that temperature, if you understand what I mean. So if you're using a Dutch oven, typically that means the lid is going to be open. If the lid is open, that means your charcoal is going to get more oxygen. If it's getting more oxygen, it's going to take it past the temperature in which you will want to be frying something. You want to fry something at 325 to 375 degrees. There's no way you're going to be able to control the temperature in a big green egg under 375 degrees with the lid open. So can you do it? Possibly. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. Hell no. Gabriel says, Dash, 145 degrees. So, 145, pato piggy. Que bueno. Yo necesito más practicar con mis números. 145, ok? Máximo. El puerco. Steven says, Dash, you got me. Yeah, buddy, man. Look, because I knew what I was looking for. You didn't have to search. Um, no problem, Ronnie. We talking about warm beer again? Yo, first love, man. But let's not talk about it. Bless his heart. Captain Newbie says I had many dry pork chops as a kid because they were told 165. We were told a lot of things that like don't dry your food. Boom, boom. Well played, Russell. Well played. Backyard Q says, "Hey y'all, how y'all be, dude? Where the hell you been? You man." He came in hot and heavy. He was all boom, boom, boom. Like, man, he posted videos and then he was like, boo, radio silence. I ain't seen this man around in like 6 months. Dude, how is it going? He was like, oh man, due to the pandemic and me being home, I'm doing all this cooking at home. I done watched a whole bunch of your YouTube videos and I'm doing videos too. And then he stopped putting out videos. Yeah, man, I remember you. Mubu says beef you can serve lower than 165, pork, chicken, etc. If a health inspector stopped by and tasted the pork, chicken, etc. was lower than 165, I'd be shut down. Yo, my goodness. Y'all can get healthcare right, but you can't get pork right. Yeah, I mean, it's look. Quentin says that makes sense. Victor says Dash, a Dutch oven is just a big skillet. It has a lid that you don't have to use. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're using the Dutch oven inside of a big green egg, so one of the problems I have with my big green egg is, and I talk about it in a video, like, Steven, you might beat me on this one because I can't remember which video it is. But I was talking about how the big green egg is, like, if it goes off and running, there's no slowing it down. And if the lid is open, it's going to be running hot fast. So one of the things about the big green egg that I won't say I don't like, but that I don't particularly care for, is if I slowly ramp it up to cook slow, then it's going to cook slow. But in order for me to be able to cook slow on that big green egg, I have to keep it closed off and limit the amount of air in and the amount of air out. If I have the lid open, that big green egg is going to run. It's going to cook. It's going to do what it's going to do. And with that being said, if I try to put a Dutch oven in the grill, okay, or cooker at that point, and try to limit that temperature, it's not gonna work. Like, you can't fry something by opening and closing the lid. You fry something by keeping the lid open so that you can monitor it to make sure that you don't have a grease fire or something along those lines. Now, have I fried things or used a skillet on a grill? Yes. Do I fry things quickly? Yes, before the temperature goes bananas, because the temperature gets over 400 degrees and you're like, boom. Nice. That's what's up, Backyard Q, man. I just, he said I gotta work. I just gotta work. Just posted 2 weeks ago. Out here traveling doing solar. That's what's up, man. But I'm gonna make it do what it do again. All right. Hopefully that's a promise and not a threat. Mubu says true. Dash Canada always backwards in the USA. Man, I ate a lot of shoe leather back in the 70s, and my mama said you gotta cook pork till cook pork long to kill the germs. Oh. Steven, I'm just gonna apologize for, on her behalf, right? So Grumpus says, I think years back pork at 165 was recommended. 165 is a more recent adjustment. You might be right, Grumpus. Captain Newbie says, if you take your pork to 145, where does it land after 10 minutes? And where does Canada bury the survivors? It's just saying. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was saying take pork to 140 or 142 because it's going to be carryover. Usually the carryover is going to be 5 to 7 degrees. So just I won't say be careful, but you can you can overcook pork quick, fast, and in a hurry. Ronnie says, what's easier to smoke? Beef? God, I am. Look, so this bottle when I started tonight was up about here. Okay, I put a hurting on this Eagle Rare, and it's putting a hurting on me being able to talk in complete sentences. So I apologize. So Ronnie, what's easier to cook, beef brisket or pork butt? I'm gonna definitely say pork butt any day of the week. Pork butt, pork shoulder. You cook pork shoulder till you think it's done. Cook it for another hour, then it's really done. You can't mess up pork shoulder. People be like, "Oh man, this pulled pork is so good." And I've said this before on live streams and on video. Pulled pork to me is not a barometer of good barbecue. Brisket, beef ribs is a better barometer of good barbecue because you can mess up beef. You can't mess up pork. You can overcook it and it still be delicious. Like seriously, you can cook pork past what it needs to be, and the pork will be like, ha ha, like what? Pulled pork, like overcooking pulled pork is like sunbathing. You can sunbathe and just be like, oh, I'm like, okay, I'm chilling. But you overcook beef and it gets nasty. Like I had some beef tongue, okay? And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna put this beef tongue on the smoker and I'm gonna go out and I went out to dinner. I went out to dinner with a couple of my friends, and I came home and that beef tongue was at like 215, 220 degrees. And when I say it was overcooked is an understatement. It was mush. It was so bad. Pork, you overcook pork, like if you want to finish pork at 200 or 205 or 200, degrees, you cook pork to 215 degrees, it's just going to be like, what? 215? Come on, I can take 220. And it just doesn't give a damn. It doesn't degrade after cooking it to a higher temperature, which is not the case when it comes to beef. Beef will literally fall apart and become mush if you overcook it, like mush. Pork be like, nah man, the 225, what? Pork just don't care. Quentin says, right, I've done scallops in a hot pan on the egg, but that's just a quick sear. Actually frying something for 10 minutes could definitely be an issue. Yep, it's just the egg just gets too hot. It's too hot. Ding, 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 too hot. Ding. Gotta look for shelter. Gotta run for shade. Mubu says if you wrap the pork to 157, it could pass once rested. Oh my goodness, no man, I'm telling you. Mubu, you need to single-handedly change what needs to be done in Canada. Single-handedly. Okay, I looked it up. May 25th, 2011. It was revised. Thank you, Grumpus. Backyard says, promise, bro. Never a threat. Much love to all y'all. Well, thank you, B. I'm going to say B, but I know, like, I remember you told me what your name was, but I don't remember. Ah, gosh. I'm gonna look. I gotta see. You said you put out a video 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was busy. Louis says, "Hey yo, what's up, Dash? Nothing much, man. How you doing? I'm so glad you could join us." Baracho says, "Man, I really miss being around. My 8-month-old in a new house has had me wrapped up like crazy. Don't know half the people on here anymore. Eric, I think it's Eric, right? It's cool, man. I understand. Gabriel says, damn, Dash. Chicken breast 165, legs and thighs 175 internal. B-Rock says, you know why I'm here. Why are you here? It's just me. I'm nothing special. Nope. Nope. Victor says, I agree with Commando. To fry an egg would be silly. However, if you wanted to fry in a Kamado, you use less fuel to start with. But why? Why? What would you use a Kamado to fry anything in? Grumpus says, Baracho Barbecue. Hello, I'm Grumpus. I was like on the beach, sunset, and pork rinds. The hell? Overcooked pork is pulled pork. Extra overcooked is chopped pork. Undercooked pork is sliced pork. It's like depending on the temperature, that's how you cut it up. That's what you do with it. Oh, Russ says, who remembered the dry ass pork chops soaked in the brown gravy and the onions in the frying pan? And I hope there's mash. Yeah, you might be right. Hey, Victor says he's got to get to bed. He says good night. You know what's crazy? So the reason why I started doing the live streams on Wednesday nights was because I went into work late on Thursdays. Gone is that. I now have to get up at 5:30 to work at 6 a.m. on Thursday mornings. I'm not complaining because that means I don't have to work late on Thursdays, but yeah, y'all keeping me up, and I'm here for it. It is what it is. First Love says, good night, guys. Stay safe. Yes, indeed. Barrio says, I just started following you Instagram. All right, well, that's what's up. So hopefully I can figure it out. B says, that wrench. B-Rock, you got a long way to go and a longer way to get there. So Mubu says, Dash, you just said you can take pork to 205 because pork don't care. Yet I state the law here, and I said I'm wrong. For different cuts of meat. A pork loin, which is lean, I state that you can't take pork loin to past 145 degrees. Pork shoulder, pork butts can be gone over 205 degrees with no problem because of the type of muscle they have and they are. The pork butt, the pork shoulder is fatty and it's a muscle of locomotion. The pork loin, which sits on the back of the pig, does not do anything, and it's very lean. There's not much fat in it. You cook it to 165, it's going to be dried out. There's different muscles, different places. Gabriel says, why? This is my last interesting question. Charcoal. Do you think the more expensive bags are worth the money? I don't. I understand keeping low costs low, but if money isn't an object, would you get an expensive bag? So, no, I don't believe so. Okay? You are literally burning money. Literally burning money. Just let that sink in for a moment. Now, I can tell you that I have used some expensive charcoals and I have used some cheaper charcoals. One of the major differences between expensive charcoals and cheaper charcoals is the refining of the charcoal. Does the refining warrant the extra cost? I'm going to say more often than not, no. Here's why. The bigger chunks that are they're just bigger can typically take up more room, and sometimes that's not a good thing. The cheaper charcoals, they might have smaller pieces, more broken up pieces, more dust. But what you're also going to find in those cheaper charcoals is rocks. All right. I can tell you that I have found rocks in cheaper charcoals more often than I would like to admit. But in the grand scheme of things, if I can buy 3 or 4 bags of charcoal at $20 versus 2 bags of charcoal at $20, the amount of cooks that I can do at that 4 bags for $20 versus 2 bags for $20 is going to far, like, one thing is going to outweigh the other. And I will deal with the extra rocks in the bottom of my charcoal pan, and in the bottom of my grill, the bottom of my smoker, then I will, the expensive stuff. You know why? Because I can make more money off of the cheaper charcoal than I can off of the more expensive charcoal. And you're not going to taste a difference in flavor. It's just going to be a difference in the ash, and it's going to be a difference in, the residual stuff left in the cooker. Yeah. Ronnie says, what price is too much for a barbecue trailer? I can't tell you that one. I wish I could tell you that one, but if you can afford it, and the features and the benefits and things that are on that trailer are what you want, then there's nothing too high. Barrio says, Grumpus has the coolest hairstyle of all the barbecue YouTubers. You know what, Barrio? I'm going to see you and raise you that he also has the coolest shirts of all of the barbecue community on YouTube. KB says, as Peter Brandy said, pork chops and applesauce. Yeah, you know what? I've seen people cook pork chops and applesauce. It's just one of those things where I have never put the two things together. It's just like, I got other stuff to put together with pork chops. Demon, Demond, Demon, maybe it's Demond, not Demon, said, what should I get from my small catering business, a smoker or a direct heat grill? And what's the best size to start with? That is crazy, because that's like, hey, what should my first car be? Man, if I know, I can't tell you that, because I would need way more information. It's like, are you going to be commuting to work, like, and you work 50 miles away from your home? Do you work from home and you never need to drive anywhere? What are you going to be cooking? What is going to be your, quote unquote specialty? Is your specialty going to be brisket? Is it going to be pork shoulder? Is it going to be chicken wings? Is it going to be chicken legs? Is it going to be chicken thighs? That would be what you need to figure out before you can figure out what type of cooker. And I say cooker because I don't want to pigeonhole you into a grill or a smoker. There are some cookers that can do both grilling and smoking, and then there are some cookers that can do only smoking. And then, of course, guess what? There are some cookers that can only grill, but guess what? They all cook stuff. But the designation of grilling versus smoking sometimes can be, the difference. Mubu, no, dude. I understand. I get that is your mandate, and that is the law, that the minimum for pork, regardless of cut, is 165 degrees. But I don't agree with it. And if you were to cross the border and come into the States and eat pork at 145 degrees, you would be like the Canadian, whoever the food administration body is in Canada. Yo, y'all messed up. Y'all got it wrong. Urban Culture Kitchen, how you doing, man? He says, sup, y'all? Russ said, well, Dash, after through tonight with much rest, are you off at like 2:30 on Friday? I work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Done. I am on call, and I kind of linger around my laptop nowadays because of the fact that the other young lady I work with, and use that term lightly, the other lady I work with, who usually typically covered until 6 p.m., is no longer there. So I kind of have to monitor what's going on every day. Urban Culture Kitchen says, how was the burn or the blackened chicken come out? Look, dude, it turned out fine. Mubu says Royal Oak is not just oak. Yeah, Urban Culture Kitchen says, sup, y'all, I'm later, but I made it. Look, that's it. What's up, Preston? Look, hey, Urban Culture Kitchen, you got here before Preston did. That's saying a lot, okay? Because Preston like, I'm here. Like, hold up. Preston catching his breath. He was running like, don't end the live stream before I get to say hi. Preston was like, hey, hold on, let me catch my breath for us. Hey, y'all. Look, Preston's so late, I bet his kids asleep already. Look, Mubu said, I've had pre-treated wood and a few bags with 2 pounds of rocks. Man. Oh, gosh. Me teasing Preston got me yawning. That's karma for you. Victor says, hey, Ronnie Cray, if you can't afford the trailer, it's too much. I'm not trying to be funny, otherwise it's up to you. Grumpus says, ain't no bag of rocks ever ruin my day. Alright, you gotta say it hard, okay? Grumpus? That deserves like all caps. Gabriel said the rocks keep the heat longer, so that's good. Oh man, you guys are too funny sometimes. No more than 20,000 for a barbecue food truck or trailer. Urban Culture Kitchen, man, I can tell you that 20,000 gonna get you a base trailer. Then you have to furnish it. So 20,000, woo, buddy. Mubu says, yeah, nice music when hitting the inside of the box too. Yeah, Culture Kitchen says, how's the family? Oh, they good, man. They good. They still being a pain, still here. Look, Mubu says 20,000 for a truck or trailer. He says, wow, I wish. Looking at $50,000 for a used one. Exactly. Russell says, I thought you were Hawaiian, Rumpus, with the tile hair and those shirts. Russ said, yeah, you recovered well in that cook, man. I appreciate it. Get it, loser? We're barbecuing. Yeah, buddy. Preston, hopefully PJ and Dino PJ, like I said, they probably sleep by now. Shoot, it's late. I'm on the phone now, so I'll say good night. Alright, bye for now. All it takes, I miss y'all. Y'all hugs, eh? Yeah. Hey, Laura, be easy. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you being here. Is barbecue... Ronnie says, is barbecue competitions rigged? They might not be rigged, but I'm sure there is some sort of favoritism, like for real. The judges are kind of told what they should like, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, and I don't agree with it. Jerry says, my bro Dash, I love your videos. I'm learning a lot. Well, thank you, Jerry. I definitely appreciate that. Urban Culture Kitchen says, Mubu, I can send you the barbecue trailer company I've been dealing with, and these are brand new, fully loaded. Yeah, buddy. Preston said they supposed to be sleeping, but what had happened was, Preston, tell me, what had happened? What had happened, Preston? It's the summertime. They don't have to be asleep yet. They supposed to be awake, bothering you. All right. Urban Culture Kitchen said there's a trailer company in Atlanta. Shades Shenanigans. Yo, I'm digging that one. He says, what's going on, my man? Man, ain't nothing going on but the rent. Quentin says, all right, Dash, I gotta be up early, just like you, and I work IT job as well. I'll send you a shout out on Instagram. Cheers, bud, and everyone else here. Thank you so very much, man. Quentin, definitely be easy. And yo, like I said, you jumped up a couple rungs because you also do not particularly care for people who use their bare hands to touch raw meat and then they touch air, everything else. Yo, drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Mubu says, yeah, then they'll be looking at 70 grand. Yeah, buddy. You gotta remember, he's in Canada. The US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Ooh, buddy. Mubu is in Canada, Urban Culture Kitchen. Preston said, well, see, what had happened was they were sleeping, but then the car's going crazy. Then I'll ask him, why y'all playing too? Not a good answer. These kids suck at lying. Look, they haven't had the pleasure of learning how to lie yet. So that's why they suck at lying. Pedro says jalapeno cheddar sausage, Opa's brand, must try. Well, you know, we are a diverse group, and not everybody can get everything where they are. And I've never heard of that brand of sausage, and if I see it, I'll scoop it up. Jerry says they should be doing a barbecue competition here in San Diego, my bro. Shades Shenanigans says hope Bernadette is going to be back to normal. So unfortunately, Bernadette is Bernadette. The reason why I don't use that smoker very much is because Bernadette does what Bernadette wants to do. Bernadette is a wild Mustang, and I have not quite tamed Bernadette just yet. Unfortunately. Captain Newbie says, I'm about to set a target on Sins, man. I saw Sins. I am waiting to, I think I have 2 or 3 shares of Sins right now just so I can keep it in the portfolio and keep an eye on it. But I'm about to send it on Sins when it drops back down to $2. I'm telling you, man, I'm watching it to drop. I'm waiting for it to drop again. It's at like 3. Let's see, what was it at earlier? Let's see, cents, $3.23. So it was up 50 cents to, or no, 5 cents, 0.050. So 1.7% today. It was up. So let's look at the month. It was at $4 on June 28th, and it dropped to $2.77 on the 15th of July. I'm telling you, it's going to creep up a little bit and it's going to drop again. Cents is going to get back down to like $2. Mark my words. When it gets back down to $2, that's when I'm getting back in. I'm not getting back in anything over $2.50. I'm waiting patiently for $2.50. And when I get back in, I'm going to get back in for all of 15, 20 shares. Like, I can't, nope. But if they can get their approvals and everything like that, yo, it's gonna be a good day. Uh, yeah, Russ. You know what? Sometimes you might just need to take that loss, take your funds, and then put it into something else. Pedro says it's the airflow. I am aware, Pedro. I am aware. I loaded burned it up, and it had too much wood in the smoker, and it was. I didn't. I got it on video. I cut it out the video, but it's one of those things where I was like, man, I'm just loading the smoker. This doesn't belong in a video. Well, guess what? Hindsight being 2020, and me watching myself put wood in a smoker, I was like, boom, 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 boom. It couldn't burn right. Can't go. Got some pretty cool judges. The two dogs. Y'all can go. G for third one. Shake on it. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Agree $- exchange plus gas prices plus taxes on bringing back something over $50. The trailer will run up to $5,000 in inspecting registration, insurance, yada yada yada. Yeah, buddy. I got 92 shares and I am 6 cents under. I really need to offload and reload. Yeah, that's it, dude. Man, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Keep your funds liquid and then buy back when it gets down. I'm telling you, set a target for like 250, 275, 250 at the 250 at the lowest, 275 at the highest. Like and buy back in. Jerry says, have I grilled picanha? I don't grill picanha because I have a sous vide and I know, like, I don't want to mess up picanha. It's so good. It's so good. Like crackhead. Like, so good. Remember Halle Berry in Players Ball? Is it Players Ball? But she was like, make me feel good. Like, oh, Billy Bob Thornton, make me feel good. I'm telling you, that's how I feel about picanha. I do not want to mess it up. So I only sous vide picanha. Only. I have a piece of picanha in my freezer upstairs. I looked at it today and I was like, that could be Friday, like Friday's lunch. But I'm chilling. Eric, I think it's Eric. Eric, Bradshaw Barbecue. Eric, one and the same. What? Says you ever try more lump and just wood for smoke warner? So I've run charcoal in that smoker, and when I run straight charcoal, it sucks down 20-pound bags of charcoal at a clip in an hour or two. I can't afford to feed and use that smoker on charcoal. I just can't. So I gotta figure something else out. Captain Newbie says, shoot, you just described my whole portfolio. Ever try my, let's see. President said, renamer, burn the wrong. Oh man, goodness. That cooker. Oh, Bernadette. I'm telling you, like, people ask me why do I name my smokers, because each one of them has a personality, and each one of them like reminds me of something or does something, and I'm like, you know what? I'm calling that one this. Jerry says, nice. Alright, Gabriel, be easy. Barrios is a third number. Come on, man. Kittle, Jimmy, G-Boss, and Jimmy Ward. Good night, Gabriel. Yeah, hey. Look for cold smoked meat ahead of time. Cold smoke? Only thing I've cold smoked is cheese. And I do have a video on cold smoking. Where is... Where's Steven? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Boom. Boom, boom, bow. Aha! Beat him again. Only thing I've ever cold smoked is cheese. Nope. Yep. Not yet. Hell no. Ubus' Birch and Straw is a good cold smoke or pre-smoke. Alright. We stuck with no value talent cooks. Yeah. I never smoked the chicken. I'm going to fix that this weekend. That's what's up, Russ. Shay says cold smoking meat ahead of time and then cooking it later comes out to so flavorful. So I can't say that I have. The only thing I've ever cold smoked has been cheese. I cold smoked some cheese and then I used it on a cheeseburger, which was delicious. Barrio says I'm buying a cheap electric smoker and use it as a warming oven so I can cook a day ahead. Nice. Person says I believe that that package we sent on the 3rd of Roses intended for Houston before Touch Tickle came out. What? I beat you, Steven. Gotcha. Gotcha. You're late. Yeah. But you know what? Steven, I appreciate you so much. Like, I wish I could make you a moderator again. Like, give you another blue wrench. Like, for real. It's dope. Like, really. So, let's see. Alright. So now I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna give you the second video. So the whole thing was when I smoked that cheese, I then did a video cooking, or I cooked cheeseburgers, and taste testing number 3 when she was like young. Okay. I used some of the cheese from that smoked cheese, and it was like 6 months later, and it was delicious. No, it's all right. Captain Newbie, it's okay. Preston, he's cool. Don't worry about him. Preston says the greatest sport on earth. Shay says try cold smoking some burgers ahead of time, then let them sit in the fridge overnight or freeze them, and have them down the road. You'll love it. Nice. Grumpus says, never heard of cold smoking meat. How does it not spoil? So the whole thing is you cold smoke it to infuse some flavor, and then you cook it at a higher temperature to finish it. So most bacon is cold smoked or smoked at a lower temperature, and then that's how it imparts the flavor. And then when you cook it, you're finishing it. So yeah. Joe Montana is in a draft this year. What? What are you talking about, Captain Newbie? Doesn't it hurt me, and I will figure out how to use it. Yeah, you come and get it, and pay me $4,500 to come and get it. You can figure it out all you want. Post some videos. So it's in this order: $4,500, and come and get it. $5,000, and I might deliver it to you. I mean, look, you let me know. $4,500, you come and get it. $5,000, and I'll bring it to you. There you go. Right, me sang. Put them on frozen, cool smoking for like an hour. Nice. I'm fixing to smoke some pork ribs and chicken in my barrel smoker. What ribs do you recommend? I like baby backs because they are smaller and you'll be able to fit more ribs on them. You ever let your temp get above 65, 70 for cold smoking? Actually, I think that you should never let your smoke get above like 100 degrees for cold smoking, especially with cheese. Most cheese melts at like 90 to 100, 90 to 95 degrees. Uh, Pedro says rubs, like a Birdman head rub, or a head rub, or a back rub, or a foot rub. What kind of rubs you talking about, man? He says rubs, not ribs. No worries, man. Ugh. Pedro says seasoning. So Pedro, deep down, I knew what you were talking about, but I don't talk about those things here. Rumble says, dang, on a summer day, my pit hits 120 without the fire. Yeah, so that's when you need to cold smoke something at night or during the winter. So that's why you guys haven't seen me cold smoke cheese lately. It's because it's too warm right now. Captain Newbie says, alright, my man, in all, I have the 9 to 5 shift tomorrow. So, all be well until next time. Hey, look, let me go ahead and, whoa, let's go back out. And let's look at the content. We're going to get rid of that. No. Yeah, and I'm saying, you heard. Alright, content. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the link for the video for tomorrow once again. Copy it and paste it for you guys who are still here. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. And the way that I show that is giving you access to the video from tomorrow a little early. So yeah. Kristen's funny. Alright, my man, and all I have a 9 to 5. Alright, so Captain Newbie says he'll tell you right after that chicken season drops. Yep. What time you be here? Shoot. Look, you, hey, Eric, you go ahead on and get me $5,000, and look, I'm on my way. Use a bowl of ice in your smoker to keep temps down for cold smoking. Well, I'm going to use Lowry seasonal. Alright, Pedro. So you can't just use only Lowry's for ribs. Like, my wife loves some Lowry's, but it doesn't work on everything. Chicken, it works pretty decent. But to me, you still need a little bit more dynamic flavor. Lowry's, to me, is just salt. And you need something a little more dynamic. But again, that's just me. How do you think your team gonna do this year? The Eagles? Man, hell if I know. Hell if I know. Oh, goodness. Alright. So it is smack dab at 3 hours I've been at this. So I am gonna go ahead and 70 likes. Hey, if you have not hit that thumbs up button, please go ahead and do that for me. I am not a Ravens fan. The hell, yo, the hell. You know what, Preston? Damn it, don't come in here telling me what I am, because that is not the case. Do not get me cursing at you and take my money away because I'm cursing at you. Preston, you lucky PJ and Dino PJ are probably watching, or I would curse you the hell out. Alright? Hey, Mubu, just because it's 10 o'clock there doesn't mean it's not midnight here. Which it is. And, Well, look, Russ, we're going to see what Philly has lined up, because the way my preseason is set up, I don't watch any of that. I watch once the season has started. There we go. I'm looking. I'm like, I got this. Look at this. Like, gaggle of gray hair. So, yep. Pull them out one at a time. Yeah, there we go. Y'all can see that. What's my favorite sausage? Hot sausage. Beef hot sausage. Clock laws. Clock laws? What are you talking about, Mubu? Florida Joe. Joe Smoke Reaper. He's from about 50 miles from me. I've catered for his family a couple of times. Nice. A brand. It's one of those things where I don't have a brand loyalty because sometimes they're not branded. I work with a Philly and a Steelers fan in effing Jersey. What the hell? Nothing wrong with that. I don't see the problem, Russ. I'm not sure about the cold smoke. I'm gonna wait on Dash's liquid smoke video. There will be 0 liquid smoke videos for me. Devontae Smith, with Beach for y'all. I'm hoping so. Cause they ain't playing. Yeah, look. We definitely not playing. Alright guys, look, here's the deal. I have to get up early in the morning, and I want to say thank you guys so very much for hanging out and watching. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. And oh my gosh, 72 likes on this video. How I'm over the moon with that. That's crazy. Thank you guys so very much. Like, for real, I appreciate every one of you guys who decides to hang out with me. Well, I appreciate all of you except Preston. Preston, I'm gonna need you to read between the lines, all right? Steven says pull out one gray, and 10 grows back. Oh, I know, man. Trust me. So if you were to go back and watch some of my old beard videos, I pulled out gray hairs with a vengeance. Hey, Steven says, later, taters. Have a great rest of the week and upcoming weekend. Stay safe and be good. I'm so sorry. I yawned. Russ says, great night. We gotta beat 150. Maybe one day we'll get 150 likes. But, yeah. See, we're done. Jerry says, God bless my bro. Thank you very much. Right back at you, Preston. I knew you would like it. I knew it. Mubu says, anywho, night, y'all. AKB says, night, y'all. Catch ya. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up the comments. KB says, catch ya next time, Dash. I'm out. Yes, indeed. You know, it's crazy. I am too. I am struggling. Goodness gracious, I am tired. Hey. Okay, now that that's over and done with, I want to say thank you guys one last time for hanging out. I just want to let you know I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd appreciate it if you could before we are done. So, person said, you're cool. If you, and you know what? I'm gone.